1 2 check 1 2 check. Hello, welcome or welcome back. I am your most magnanimous host, Michael Samuel DiNicola, here for your artisanal pleasures. Seriously though, this is the last thing I sketched on stream. Actually, no. This is the last short slash Instagram reel slash TikTok videos that I've posted. Actually, I probably drew this one about maybe 2.5 years ago at this point, and I never colored it through a combination of laziness slash incompetence on my own part. I know I wanted it to be colored on some level, but I just left it. Here, matter of fact, I'll show you what it looked like when there was no color, so you could kind of see. Well, here, use your imagination. But this is how it looked, more or less. I've done some slight like preliminary color stuff to the original image. But basically, I'd left this black and white for the longest time. I've fought against coloring for a very long time out of a combination of my lack of ability and instinct for colors, as well as a personal preference. My personal preferred art style does lean more towards just pencils and inks. So often the art that I enjoy most is by the artists whose work, I mean, I'm literally looking at uncolored artwork right now. Might as well just show you. Here we go. This is some Walking Dead art, again, done in gray. Hey, Praetor, what's up, baby? This is Daniel Warren Johnson, madman illustrator extraordinaire. Now, you can't tell me that coloring this piece would give any more significance than it already accomplishes on its own as black and white. There's no way. Sure, I guess you could, if you brought it into digital photo editing program and you added color, you could probably get more effects work, and you could probably do some cool lighting effects with this. But I wager that any added coloring to this piece, specifically in most of Daniel Warren Johnson's commissions, would be minimal at best. I think the composition, the line work, the spot inking rather, being where he decided to just let the minimal detail, just let the minimality, the minimalism of his detail shine through over the black. Excellent. Yeah. Here we go, another one over here. Pat Boutine. I've got a whole Pinterest board dedicated to Pat Boutine's work. Again, black and white. And I'll say the same thing for Daniel Warren Johnson's work. The composition is strong. It's graphical in its design. It's clear. The lines and shapes lead your eye exactly where they need to lead. You understand the scene. You understand to the very basic idea of what's happening in this, what's happening or about to happen in this piece. You're not going to convince me that adding color to this will bring anything of note. You might slightly elevate it, and it might look a little bit more. It might look a little bit more. I don't know, man. I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of a person who enjoys color. I'm trying to put the shoe on the other foot, and I'm coming up near empty. I guess for those who enjoy color in their work, the simple-minded, the weak of soul, those who must have colors in their work, like a child with a coloring book, they need color. For the Philistines out there, I suppose they might enjoy a splash of color or two, but for the rest of us, for those who actually know their shit and, appreciate real art, this image is perfect as is. and colors can go fuck themselves. Oh shit, damn it, I'm already dropping F-bombs. All right, you know what, I'm 5 minutes in. I'm 5 minutes in, it's all right. Anyway, now this, on the other hand, this, in my opinion now, and perhaps my opinion years ago, this does not hold water on its own. On its own as a singular. It all reads kind of flat and neutral as far as like line and any kind of depth of like, you know, I've been too ballless in regards to deciding, you know, like again, the images that I just showed you of Pat Boutine's work and Daniel Warren Johnson's work, and there's a whole bunch of other classically trained inkers who you could throw in there too. They're bold. They look at compositions as sheer shapes. You could toss my pal Eric Kennedy in there too. They see like a Neo in the Matrix, man. You know, like in the very end of the movie where he fucking like he finally wakes up and he finally sees the Matrix for what it is, and he's able to manipulate it. That's what these legendary fucking grandmaster illustrators can do. They see past the anatomy. They see past like the fundamentals. They're way like that's way in the fucking rearview mirror, man. They see these objects as lines and shapes be manipulated. Even the light, where the light hits them, they're like no, they just cut. They whittle it down, man. You know, like this whole leg, this whole back area, shadows, all of it, unnecessary. You know, and then they'll pick and choose. You know, this area here where the light hits, where I'm gonna be drawing the viewer's eye with, you know, various shapes and lines and textures and yada yada yada. These will be details. This is the area where my details matter. This is the area where my details won't matter. And they just chop and cut. And me, I'm not there yet. I have faith that one day I will be, but I'm not quite there yet. But I'm striving to get to a place where I'll be able to wield my pen with that level of confidence, where I could just, you know, this whole part of the drawing, gone, black, all of it black. We'll just have a slight, you know, just a silhouette of a thing here, and the reader's mind will decipher what that means after the fact. Sean Gordon Murphy can sell his comics without Sean Gordon Murphy can sell his comics without comic, and they'd sell just as well. What? You've been drinking? You been hitting the old booze, you fucking booze bag? Hello, Bailander. Probably even better because it would be cheaper. I know what you're saying exactly. I've got a whole Sean Gordon Murphy Pinterest page as well. And again, another classically trained inker, man. I don't know what it is about the classic guys. I don't know about the classic comic art types. They really fucking they really just hone their James Herron too. Toss James Herron's name right in there as well. A style not all that dissimilar from Daniel Warren Johnson's. Obviously, Mike Mignola, we talk about him a lot on the channel. Their ability to just choose. Maybe it's because of the economy of time paired with what they're trying to accomplish. So when you're under the gun, perhaps finding the area of your drawing. See, when you're me and you're a man of leisure, you can just kind of, you know, you draw here and there, you do a commission here and there, you do a convention here and there. And then, you know, you guys aren't like, draw a monkey now. You know, you're not on my asshole. I do have deadlines occasionally, but they're not, you know, listen, I don't have editors breathing down my fucking neck. You know, I haven't launched an Indiegogo or any crowdfunding campaign, so it's not like I'm under the gun there. So perhaps for comic book artists with tight deadlines, what's that phrase? Necessity breeds innovation. Necessity breeds innovation, meaning that when you're in a corner, you think of some shit not because you necessarily want to, just because you fucking have to. And by that in relation to artwork, perhaps when you're under the gun, Necessity is the mother of all invention. Yeah, yeah. Point being, when you're under the wire like that, you don't have the luxury of taking your sweet motherfucking time detailing every little thing on the damn page. You have to pick and choose. You have to be very smart in where you apply your time and effort. You know, like I said, the economy of your time, and by way of that, the economy of your art, and as that like boils down to your lines, your details, your textures, versus what you set aside once you kind of like put off to the side for your audience's sake, for the clarity of your vision on the page. Let's see. Bale. Hey, Bale, why you know on voice, baby? You falling asleep? Maybe because they were taught that coloring is for bundles of sticks. Could you imagine? Necessity is the mother of invention. Yo, send me that last titty drawing you posted for me to play around with. Oh, yes. Oh, so the whole reason why I brought this up in the first place was because this sat on my desk uncolored for about 2 years until I decided, what the hell? What the hell? This was always unfinished. I actually have a handful of unfinished art pieces that I didn't really post. I didn't post because, fuck, you know what I need to do, man? I'm thinking like this would work good as a print if you know what, dude? If the fucking car was on this. God, I fucking hate drawing cars. That's one thing where, you know, Sean Gordon. We just talked about Sean Gordon Murphy. That lunatic, man. He only draws shit with a car in it. I feel like when he draws or takes on new new comics rather. When he does new art for new comics, it seems to me like Sean Gordon Murphy chooses it based on the amount of fucking cars he can drive. So like he didn't have any interest in drawing Batman. He wanted to draw the Batmobile, and then by happenstance he decided to tell a Batman story. I feel like it's the opposite. Whereas most of us art dorks, it's, you know, you draw, you know, you have the idea for something. I'm just doodling on top of this. I have see how this comes out. You have an idea for a thing, and then regrettably you might have to draw a car or something like that, or a bunch of shit you don't want to, but the story demands it, more or less. Not Sean Gordon Murphy. Sean Gordon Murphy, I think he only wants to draw the cars and regrettably has to draw human beings. Maybe that's why you've never seen a Sean Gordon Murphy draw fucking Superman. Or at least you haven't seen him draw it nearly as interesting as he's drawn Batman. Because Superman doesn't need a vehicle. Here. Just gonna use your imagination, gang. I don't know what the hell a fucking DeLorean looks like even. But here. Imagine this block of blob is car. What's up, Scooby Club? How are you? How are you, Bale? Not loving it. Again, we're gonna have to, we're playing the imagination gang here. Cuties. Because what I'd probably have to do, because I'm a schmuck and a lazy one at that, what I probably have to do is there's a few websites that I know where I know a few 3D printing sites, and they're great if you need exact reference for something and you don't want it to look wonky. You can't take the risk of, you can't risk it being wonky shit. So one time I had a sketch the Mandalorian's helmet, and the Mandalorian's helmet's pretty damn unforgiving, in that it's an exact very slick geometric shape, and that's kind of hard. Listen, it's one thing to nail a build. It's nailing a building or something in perspective, in foreshortened perspective. That's easy. It's easy as pie. Even a car, I imagine, is a little bit easier than something like the Mandalorian's helmet, where you've got all these very different angles, but then when you turn it, when you tilt the camera angle and hit it from from the lower left side of it, you're looking up. I'd imagine it's quite annoying. Not gonna lie, man. If I were to start doing conventions again, and I wanted to turn this into a print that I could sell, it would be fun. It would be fun to add a car, maybe dock somewhere. They also have to train to not make mistakes. No Command Z. That's true. There is no Command Z in inking. Anyway, I colored this, and it doesn't look... It looks fucking fine. And moving on. Speaking of shit I need to fix, I've got to fix this drawing of fucking big-tittied anime. What's her face? Bale. I forgot her goddamn name. Nado. For a guy who yeah, you only show up now because fucking Kennedy's here, you piece of shit.
No, I just came back from the bathroom. You
Bullshit, dude. Bullshit, dude.
Gargo was fucking nuts. I was gonna come in anyway. That's why I went to the bathroom.
Okay. I believe you, baby. Kennedy, how was WonderCon? How was MegaCon?
It was okay. Yeah, I think I was happy to see that a lot of people were back at the show. It seemed like, seemed like there was the attendance was nuts on Saturday.
Really?
So I feel like, yeah, it was crazy busy on Saturday. Our table was right near the front entrance, and it was difficult traversing that 40, 50 yards just to get there.
No shit. Would you look at that?
60,000 plus easily.
Whoa. I wonder how the Regos did though.
How do you mean by regulars?
Like the non-essential sequentials. Like the freelancers, the lone guns, the Ronins that show up with the pencils and pens in hand.
To be honest with you, I don't know if we did all that well, considering where we were near the front. I don't know if I only got maybe 4 commissions total.
Whoa!
A couple of head sketches here and there, but I'm not a good metric clear because I'm not I'm not in the front of mind of mainstream publishing or mainstream comic books, right?
True.
I thought that I saw that Kreese was super busy as he typically is.
Yeah, Kreese is right in the mix, man. But like Kreese Kreese goes on tour,
Yeah, as he should, right? This is the time for it.
Yeah, no. He's right in the sweet spot. Like he's done some covers, he's done some X-book stuff. He's like he's right on the periphery of center, and like he's honing in. So he's like he's right on the money. There. He's like, yeah, he's like, and like it's probably one of those things where, and I know, from like word of mouth and people chat and stuff, you hear stuff, at least when I used to do these things a handful of years ago. And one of the things I had heard about Kreese is that there are people who are actively banking on him breaking in because his work speaks for itself. So it's always been, it's only a matter of time before Kreese starts working on a big book. So people they're like his crowd. So they're on the Crease train. And they're like, hey, we're getting on this bandwagon now. And this is gonna pay off in the long run once Crease, really starts kicking all kinds of ass on the big stage.
Listen, that kid's well on his way. His work ethic's gonna get him there.
He's an animal. But also, you know what? One of the best things about Crease is he has got staying power.
What do you mean?
Well, you see a lot of, I mean, even in my time, even in aspects of YouTube and comic book stuff, there were people who were around and kicking all kinds of butt, and the new faces of comic books 5 or 6 years ago, who just petered out, or they stopped doing it, or they left, and the same thing goes with like just about any medium that you can. Like I said, YouTube is a perfect example, where it's not just about churning out content successfully for however many amount of days, or same goes for comic books, from one project to the next, from one project to the next, but it's also like, can you do that at that pace for however many years it will take? So Crease has had a bit on a grind. It's not like Crease has been at this grind for a year, for 2 years, for 3 years. He's been at this grind near nonstop for, honestly, at this point, I mean, probably the better part of a fucking decade, man. Like, he has had to have fought tooth and nail and been pretty relentless without much of a break this whole time, which is like, that's the fucking thing, man. That's the make or break. I can't tell you, there was this one, this is non-comics related, but this is I would say adjacent in regards to the mentality that it takes. There was this one YouTube lady I was following who was doing all kinds of breakdowns of the YouTube algorithm, that kind of stuff, multiple videos a week. And then I think she had some kind of, there's actually a couple of ladies I know, I think the two of them both had some kind of mental lapse. And then the posts become fewer and farther between, and of less of a quality.
So
and then
you mean like mental lapse and like
just mental health stuff. Like, it becomes, okay. I think people burn out. Again, I don't know these people specifically, but there generally is a community post or an email goes out and it's like, listen, I need to do self-care, so it's like fire, they're on fire, you're on fire, bum, 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 and then crash, and then nothing. And then, without fail, when they come back, all momentum is gone, and the algorithm is very punishing. And this one creator in specific, who I went for a couple weeks back, she had gained momentum, got over 100,000 subscribers. She was doing the video where it's like, look at my plaque, I got the YouTube silver button. And then she had released a video the week I'd looked, and this is a couple weeks ago, and she got the plaque about a year ago. After a 24-hour period, her video had got less than 1,000 views. Like, just
bottomed out on her.
I mean, like, just from like her videos would get hundreds of thousands of views, and now she can't get 1,000 more eyes on her content in a 24-hour period, which is
punishing algorithm. Is that what you're saying?
Fucking punishing. But also, it's that consistency, man. Consistency is king. I mean, well, consistency and good quality product, but both go hand in hand. Same goes for comics. Same goes for YouTube. I imagine same goes for lots of different aspects of life. Hello, Midream. Hello, Balender.
Hello.
Good to hear you, buddy. I was worried.
Yeah, man. I was out in the world trying to make fucking cash, man.
Selling your body for cash. The oldest profession in the book.
For cash. Yeah.
Eric,
you doing, dude?
Oh, you.
I sold my body.
Kennedy, were you gonna say something?
I forgot.
Well, no, I want to hear more about the convention. If you have any more.
Let's see.
Anybody else?
Started off okay. Me and Sean hung out. Me, Jeff. It's typically me, DeCal, and Sean, Crystal hanging out. And what made it into a party is because it gets like, when you get slow, you just end up hanging out with everybody else behind the table. So Panosian and Tom and Lee Edwards and I were just chit-chatting. There was Jason, Essential Sequential has a new client by the name of So who's the new artist on the Catwoman covers?
Is she that goth?
So is it Micah? So is it Mika?
Oh, the black girl.
Yeah, that young lady is now with Essential Sequential.
I get that. That makes sense.
And
she's digital though, I thought.
Yeah. Well, she can draw, right?
No, she's a badass. But you know, Essential Sequential.
For the most part, for the most part, and this is the really amazing, sort of like, if you can pull it off, more power to you. But the majority of her income, and it's substantial. I can tell it to you offline because I don't feel right talking about it on here. But
sure,
the majority of her income at that show was from print sales.
No shit. Does she sell them at a premium?
As in like the quality of it? I don't know. I didn't get a chance to go.
No, I mean like the prestige of it. You know, because like I'll give you an example. You know, for like the average Comic-Con print, it's anywhere from $10 to $20 on average. But then artists, what they do is they add limited runs, they add like gold foil, they they put it on matte backing, so they make it like they jump it up to 50.
Great. Yeah.
And
great question. I don't know if they went that route.
Because I'll give you another example. J. Scott Campbell. Notoriously, he sells his prints, but he does these like limited runs, and he only does like a certain amount for the con, and he could charge way more than the average print, and that's how he kind of makes his margins even greater. The best I've seen is Mr. Alex fucking Ross, dude, who I've talked about this before, with his he created a gallery on the showroom floor. It literally felt like you'd walked into Sotheby's or something, or Christie's or something. So you walk in and you suddenly have not a low, but you have a ceiling over you, and you've got like museum lighting over you, and you're walking through hallways, and adorned on these beautiful hallways is Alex Jones's beautifully framed art.
Alex Ross, not Alex Jones.
I wish Alex Jones was a comic bars.
I'd love to see Alex Jones.
Yeah, right. The frogs. Anyway, Alex Ross's beautiful art adorned these lovely hallways at Comic-Con. But those prints, he wasn't selling the original work. He was selling those prints. I think were in the hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars for just prints of his paintings, just large prints. I mean, I doubt that's what Sozu was up to, but just to give you an example of how people take the print thing and like tier it.
Yeah, well, whatever they did phenomenally, because success. It goes to show that if you have the tenacity, more importantly the audience, you can get away with that stuff.
Yeah,
that was fun. We got a chance to chit chat, but for the most part, I went there with very little expectation. Again, outside of just having not been there for a while, let's see what this feels and looks like. Same as before. But then I think I told this to Bail offline, where I'm like, yeah, I think I'm not gonna do this anymore. That's it. The show wasn't anything bad. The show wasn't bad. The show was actually really, really good. Lots and lots of people. I feel like we just kind of skipped over 2 years, for the bad times. Yeah, and they just went back to being fans of comic books, being fans of pop culture, buying things,
That's
maybe
awesome
not necessarily maybe not necessarily comic book related stuff, but definitely pop culture related things,
Well, that is the that's the thing, right? I mean, that's where it's been going this whole time. We talked about this. Can you name a comic book store in your town? And if you can you name a comic book store in your town that looks the way it did 20 years ago, where it's just comic books? Or has your comic book store...
Market's going to do what it's going to do, right? If you're not selling comics, if it's not compelling to buy comic books, then that's not because, the buyers aren't there. Because if it's good, they'll go buy it.
Of course.
It's just, you haven't created anything compelling enough to make them want to seek out comics, right?
That's exactly right. So
I wouldn't blame them at all.
Yes. So most of these shops, my greater point being, the majority of these shops now have changed to fit the market, they have become, I've called them nerd hubs. It's the place in town where you'll find Pokemon cards, Magic the Gathering cards, other tabletop RPG stuff, but as well as some of them do cosplay shows, some of them do kids like books, because some of the best-selling graphic novels are like Captain Underpants or whatever the hell. They outsell just about every mainstream big two book you can think of. So they stock their shelves with that. They stock their shelves with manga. They stock their shelves with other, like, YA novels, like novels themselves, not like comic books pretending to be YA novels. They stock their shelves with Funko Pop, with the culture, the nerd culture from all different angles, rather than just comic books, because that's the recipe for getting your store shut down.
You just do comic books exclusively, you mean?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't pay the bills like that. Again, to take it back to the con, I think the conventions have followed suit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the cool thing is, the people who were diehard about being there because of the comic book creators that they like, they were diehard, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't spread out very. You know what I mean? It doesn't sort of scale out very well. It's not like. Well, I'll give you an example. When you go, there are those booths that have like manga available for like $3 or whatever, because they've had it on the shelves for too long.
Right.
Like, on multiple occasions, I saw a level of excitement from an age group, a specific age group, fairly young. Everybody's young to me, but this one clearly younger, and they would drag their friends over there to go pick up a manga-sized book that used to cost $15 or whatever it costs, and now it costs like $3. And they're getting their friends recommended it, and that's a good read. That's easily 100+ pages. Those digest-sized book.
Oh yeah.
I saw very rarely somebody because the reason why age group is so important to me is because it has a tendency to like grow with their taste, right? So if you start them off early, you got them for maybe 20 years, 30 years if you're lucky.
Oh yeah,
right?
of course.
And most of the enthusiasts of exclusively comic book related stuff were men in their, 40s, late 30s.
Yeah.
If not older. So that to me was sort of, that's notable.
Yeah.
You're not bringing in a young audience anymore.
That's right. So it's like a downward spiral, right? So not only does poorly received comics or poorly sold comics, sometimes those two are one and the same, sometimes not. Not only are they not read by your base now, they are not read by the potential future fans. So it's you're not just shooting yourself in the foot currently, which you most definitely are. You're also you're cobbling your entire industry for generations now.
Yeah. I don't know, again, that's at best that's anecdotal, but I really did notice, like, whoa, these kids are super hardcore about manga, and they're being practically given away at a discounted, get $3, $5 a pop, and it's a substantial read at $5, So it's interesting.
Yeah, let me see if I can. Yeah, what the hell? I'll pull up the art channel on Twitch, and I'll here we go, Twitch art, and I'll just and I'm looking at this. I'm not, as you can see, I'm not logged in. I'm on a private browser. I'm on a VPN currently, so like I'm nobody right now on Twitch. So this is not tailored. So it says recommended for you, but I mean, let's see. All right, so that's a cat. I want to make some fake anime screenshots. Anime, which is I consider anime and manga to be one and the same, more or less, when it comes to drawing. See, we got Mini Games Workshop, not comics. Here, more cat girl illustration. I'll give you a hint as to what genre of art you think that is. Anime, or anime manga. Oh, here's some interesting 3D. Oh, Ergo Josh, that guy's an excellent YouTuber. Man, that guy gets less viewers than Mikey Mega Mega, who draws in anime style. Traditional painting, that's neat. Anime. undetermined 3D anime.
Lion share is anime, I think, the
Yeah.
point that you're trying to make.
Yes. It doesn't take much to see that the overwhelming style of art and one that is pursued. It's at least on Twitch. At least on Twitch, but I think anecdotally, man, just on YouTube, on Twitch. I mean, you could probably pull your photo, app. I was like, I couldn't think of the name. You could probably pull up Instagram on your phone and take a look and see all of the kind of art that's being made from new artists right now on social media. And I think it would, and again, this is clearly anecdotal, but I think it would follow suit with what we've been talking about. At least from what I've seen. From what I've seen coming out from new artists, I get not lots of comments because I nuked my account, but the comments that I do get on these social media platforms who ask me questions about art, out of curiosity, I like to see what kind of art is being made by the person who asked these questions. So I'll click on the occasional profile to see what's cooking, right? And the vast majority of young artists, or at least young, not even necessarily in age, but young in their craft, young artists trying to learn, it's manga and anime influenced art 9 out of 10 times. It's very rare that I see somebody that's like we'll say more classic at this point, classic comic book art type. Classic, I guess, in the same way you'd say classic rock. Yes.
Why do you think that is?
I think culturally,
Accessible.
Dude, the classic comic art thing, it is kind of, I did say classic art as a reference to classic rock as a joke, but I mean, when you say listen, turn on that old man rock, you're listening, like the bands that you think, I feel like that's kind of what, like that's what, and as far as the art field seems these days, that's what this classic comic book art style has become, this kind of like not old timer, but it's not what the kids are into these days, Eric.
Yep. Yeah. No, I get it. Hey, listen, don't target me. I know.
I mean, IMO, dude, in my personal opinion, I'm not saying this is true.
Tell me
in my
about it.
opinion as an artist, I think that comic book art is way more difficult than anime and manga art. I think anime and manga is super accessible, super easy as a beginner to be like, oh, I'm gonna draw that.
I think
It's
if I can interrupt,
please.
I think that is the deception, friend. We had a conversation about this the other day. When you see anime or manga on the page or on the screen, and you see giant eyes, just a little dash for a nose, a little bit of shadow behind the nose, and a little bit of a pinch of a mouth, it gives the deception that, oh, perfection. This is all it takes to draw a face. A couple of lines. But really, to really nail that style, you have to kind of like, I feel like you have to get to there, like that.
But I think it's the deception that I'm talking
Yes,
about.
you're right.
Somebody,
The deception catches them in like a
and they
fishing
go,
net.
I'm gonna do that.
This is easy, and I guess if
You look at comic book art, dude, does any part of you go, this is easy when you look at it? It's like, dude, every time I'm just like, holy shit, these guys are good.
I mean, when you see some of the people who are just at that very tippy top, even currently and in the past, and you see them at their A game, I feel like when you turn that page, even if you are a novice, even just sheer volume of line alone, I mean, when paired with composition and everything else, you do get this kind of like, wow, where it's full blown backgrounds and things that you've never even attempted to draw, let alone have managed to draw expertly. If you're still trying to get the correct segments of a hand down and you see someone drawing a Victorian cathedral on the page, beautifully, that's definitely going to stop you right in your tracks. And yeah, I guess I imagine when you you fire up an episode of My Hero Academia, and you see Deku, you think, that's something I can do.
Right.
I'll tell you another factor that went into me saying, hey, I think I'm all done.
Tell me.
Years and years ago, this was right at the beginning of my convention going life. There would be a section in the artist alley in by which they would have professionals that worked in the days of like the original Green Lantern when his weakness was war. Remember that? Like,
Right. Yeah.
near the tail end of the Golden Age, the beginning part of the Silver Age, just people who were like, oh, for that era, those are notable people, but right now they're in the artist alley and rare are people stopping by because everyone's sort of paying attention and celebrating the Jim Lee types or the more recent artists and creators, right?
Sure.
And there was a bit of somberness crossing into sadness about it, right? Like, here are the guys who helped establish what feels like a solid foundation under all of these guys who are succeeding, and they're there. This was San Diego, so it was like 3 or 4 days of just no audience or very little engagement, right? But only of a particular fan base that was aware of them and or have a high level of reverence for them.
Sure.
And it got to be maybe 2 years, maybe as many as 3 of me seeing that at the same San Diego, because back in the day, that's all I ever did was San Diego. And this was pre-San Diego turning into the juggernaut that it is now, so it's a whole lot more accessible. San Diego came off as a Chicago C2E2 more than it does now, right? Anyway, I told myself then I never want to be that guy. Or I'm way past my prime, and I'm just sitting there with like open portfolios and pages. And by the way, I'm not like diminishing these guys. These guys this is just my thought process, right? I'm not saying these guys shouldn't be there. I really got to, I came to terms with like, I don't think I ever want to be in a space where I'm way past my relevancy, and I'm just sitting there like WWF's Virgil, you know?
Right. I mean, listen,
and
man.
Then
Yeah.
it dawned on me this weekend that I may not be there, but I'm definitely at the doorstep. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be knocking on that door soon because I don't do mainstream stuff anymore.
You don't do
Nor do I
mainstream.
ever keep myself in the mainstream public eye. Nor have I done anything even with my body of work previously. It's not like, a Bill Sienkiewicz type or like, you know what I mean, who have done like gigantic relevant bodies of work. I mean, they're rare exceptions, right? You can count them maybe on 2 hands, maybe it's 3.
Yeah.
Like, those guys are the ones that set up a generation. The John Romita Jr.'s, the Frank Millers, the blah, blah, blah. Those guys are always going to get lines, yeah?
Yes.
But at some point, there's all the other books that Marvel or DC published at that same time. We're like, I don't know who the heck that is, And I think I'm one of those guys. And I think I'm going to be knocking on the door. I've been knocking on the door, and I was like, yeah, that's enough of that. I don't want to do that anymore. Now, it was more tongue-in-cheek, but also a bit of sober reality. I was talking to Dan Panosian when I was saying this, and he was like, what the fuck? Now, by way of relevancy, Dan Panosian is significantly more relevant than I am. He's still working in the industry. But that was one of my bullet points that made me go like, I think I don't want to do this anymore.
Well, I mean, listen, it's one of those things where, I mean, it's a reality, right? We had a discussion about harsh realities just the other day. We were talking about Sean Gordon Murphy said that when he meets an artist who's in his 20s or close to 30, and he has yet to work in the big 2 or do anything like that. And he's looking at the portfolio. I think, again, I did not watch, so I did not listen to the interview, so I don't know. But essentially,
He said he's yet to work in the big 2. Is that Marvel and DC?
Yeah. And a person is asking him for a portfolio review, and this, he's of a certain, and this artist is of a certain age, and he hasn't quite accomplished that goal yet. Is that person ever going to accomplish that goal? And it's a instinctively you're like, at least if you're an optimist, you might think, hey, come on, it's never too late. But, the reality of it, as we broke it down, is perhaps for some, it's too late. Barring some outlying circumstances. And to Eric, your point, that the harsh reality is, and I know exactly what you're talking about, because even when I was
You've been
doing
in those
comics,
shows. You've been in those shows.
yeah,
right?
there are artists who you see they're a little older, or sometimes a lot older than the young whippersnappers that are there, and their last relevant work was in an industry that's long since passed, an age that's long since passed, and they've got like.
Yes.
They have their art from when they were younger,
Mm-hmm.
and you see, oh hey, look, and then the thing is, I knew my comic book stuff, but aside from very large names like your Millers, you're like
The exceptions I mentioned.
yeah, you're kind of like, who is that? Like, oh well, that's a style nobody draws in that style anymore, and then it is a little sad.
It is a little sad, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like it's the dude who's in his 30s who shows up to a bar full of 20-year-olds. It's a little sad.
Hey.
I mean, listen, it's one thing if you're hanging out with your friends. It's another thing where it's like, oh my God, this is, you got like college-aged kids in here, and whose dad is this that walked into the bar?
Boy.
You don't want to be the.
You really know how to like twist the knife inside.
Well, you don't. Nobody wants to be the last person at the party, right? So, I mean, listen, it's a harsh reality, but I don't think you're there, Eric. But obviously, my opinion is.
I'm not
biased.
I'm not saying that. Again, it's not a judgment or like a. Maybe it's a bit of projection, right? But for me, I'm like, I don't know if I ever want to get into a space where I'm kind of sitting around going like, gee, I hope somebody knows my work from 50 years ago, And it doesn't take anything away from my appreciation when people do come to the table and say, hey man, I really love your X, Y, and Z, and like my response is genuine, my gratefulness is genuine. So it's not that. It's just that before any of that happens, I never want to be at a show where it's like. I think to your point earlier, Mike, this is like the time for Kreese, and his kind, This is their sort of like coming up. Koreans, Kreese.
No, I know. It's the time. This is the time of the Koreans. This is their age.
That's it. Yes.
The
Korean age. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents, and so I think that in combination with many other things made me go, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Except for the handful of shows that I've sort of already signed up for because they're accommodating me and they're paying for stuff. But
right.
outside of that, I think that's it.
See, now me, I don't have any shame or self-awareness.
So if you're at a show, I'll come and sit with you, right? Like. I don't have a problem sitting with somebody, but just being like the guy, having a table, I'm done.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll hang out until it's far past being pathetic, until it circles back around
fun.
To being adorable.
That shit's fun.
You'd be like, who's this 70-year-old guy who can't barely draw? It's like, what's
who did that happen to? Is that like a Betty White kind of thing where it's like, had Betty White kind of faded into obscurity, and next thing you know, there was a resurgence of Betty White awareness?
Yeah, when she was a grandma, when she's everybody's grandma. Yeah.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. Well, because again, to use the bar metaphor, it's creepy when it's a 40-year-old in the bar hanging out with college kids. But when it's an 80-year-old shows up, somebody's grandpa's here. Well, now you're a novelty act. Look at this. You see that old man hitting the dance floor? He asked me for a bump of cocaine.
Let's see, what else is there about the show? Oh gosh, it was dominated by art dealers.
Oh, Dread Crew.
Hello.
Being relevant. How dare you, sir? I don't want to live in that world's sad face.
Oh, Dread Crew. Don't, again, he's not saying this is him. He's saying he could see the horizon and he worries of it. That's all. I would say that's listen, thank you so much for the $5 tip. The $5 tip, Dread. You're fucking awesome. I hope Miami humidity isn't killing you right now. No, listen. If I had to err on the side of being completely ignorant of these facts and be the guy that everybody's fucking pitying and laughing behind his back, versus the guy who's like, who isn't there, but sees that that could be a potential possibility of the future, I'd rather, you know, I'd much rather be at the very least aware, cognizant of what could be before it happens. Before, you know, because God, that I don't, you know, you don't want people to fucking pity you, man. That's hard. I'd rather have people hate my fucking guts than pity me.
Okay, so I wouldn't go that far, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, no, I'd rather you spit at me than feel bad for me. You know,
Don't do that. Don't do the thing that you just said at the second part. But that first part, I think, is what I was going at.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other thing is the floor, the artist alley area,
Yes.
seemed to be dominated. And I don't know what show have you seen that's like this, Mike, where there is the group of tables that are from the people who applied, right?
Yes.
From the artists and crafts people who applied, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on the perimeter are all the mainstream artists or the bigger names.
Yep.
So it kind of like, in concept, okay, the reason why they designed the floor like that is you want traffic to sort of funnel through so that people can go to the creators, and somehow just by like, how would you say, about like shrapnel, right?
Yes.
They get the smaller names, the
Collateral
not so,
damage.
not so that sounds awful, but like, you know, the not so big names can kind of get some of the foot traffic.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
Now, in seasons past, the artists that were in that perimeter all kind of stood alone, you know?
Yes.
It would be artist A, B, and C, and then X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. In this show, there were so many reps that represented all of them. It's almost like a Paramount, a Sony, and a Disney, whereas in the past, it would be like a bunch of little films that would just go out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everything fell under specific art dealer banners.
Whoa, jeez, man. So
And it was easily 7 different art dealers there.
that is so wild.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, it makes sense, right? So like comic sketch art, essential sequential, cadence, Felix. There's a handful of other ones that I'm forgetting, but like, I mean, what they have been doing is slowly kind of sucking up new artists as they come along into their gang. So I mean, it leading to that. Sure, and it's it's usually very enticing.
It's there now, right? Like it's like it's if it was leading to that previously, it's definitely clear what's happening now, and I know why they do it, right? As an artist, I know why. The art dealers make your life a little bit easier.
They do. I mean, they book the tables.
When you're
usually
dragging around your freaking,
they ship
dragging
your
around
crap.
your wares.
Yeah.
They deal with the customers. They can effectively act as a bad guy if there's something there that you need a bad guy for, right?
Right. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard for people, especially artists, who are kind of, sometimes a little. Listen, you ever see wildcats? They don't intermingle with wildcats. They just stick to their fucking selves. That's exactly what a comic book artist is. It's a solitary thing. It's not a group activity. You're not in a band. You are off. You're very much like a writer. You're off by yourself, alone, locked in a room, staring at a screen or a page for hours and hours and hours and hours on end. And that's the mandatory entrance for admission. That leads to very solitary, very socially awkward creatures. And sometimes when you deal with human beings, you run into some trouble. And sometimes you have to tell people to politely fuck off. And that's hard for some people to do. Not me or Eric. Because
I open with that. I say fuck off. Wait, hold on a second. Where did you want to buy?
Yeah, no.
But also here's the other part, and Mike's right? But it's not always coming from a place of social awkwardness. At least not exclusively. There's also the component that most artists don't have the business acumen to understand what their body of work is worth.
That is also true. Listen.
So you have this person whose job it is to contrast and compare where you are and sort of like the stacked rankings of where you are in your career and what to ask for. And sometimes, and this is the honest to goodness truth because I've experienced it, not myself, but I've been witness to it. Like by association alone, your commission prices go up $25-$30 a piece.
Sure. Listen, I saw it
Because
happen with Kreese when he joined Comic
You're
Sketch
like,
Art.
you're like, oh, you're running with those guys, you're gonna get a bump, right?
Yeah, and then it
And-
leads to more. You know, it snowballs. People are like, oh, Comic Sketch Art, shit, he's with some big names now. And then he gets to up his prices, and then you're like, well, if his prices are upped, then clearly they're worth it, because otherwise, Comic
that's
Sketch
a
Art.
weird paradigm.
It is.
That is a weird paradigm to be like, oh, it's up. It's not like, I don't know if it's any better than it was previously, but it's up. It must mean it was worth it. I'm happy to pay it. You know?
Right. Well, that's the illusion. That's an old marketing scheme. Because more often than not, for those who don't know, more often than not, people think that something being valued more expensive equals more value. Because generally, in most cases, that generally tends to be the case. However, sometimes that's not the case fucking at all. And it's just the numbers arbitrarily inflated, which leads to this kind of, you trick yourself into thinking that it must be more valuable because it's more valuable, when that is that is not always the case.
That's true. What else? So yeah, a lot of it, there's an infusion of art dealers, which again just sort of like solidify people in their houses. It feels like, oh, there's the house Targaryen over there, and there's the house
Right.
blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's
It
the
felt
warriors
like
out
that.
here.
Yeah, I like that. What else was there? I did a couple of sort of speed walks through the Artist Alley area, and I'm really happy to say that there was a great intermingling of everything in there, from like different kinds of crafts and different types of art. So that's really nice, you know? But to your point, predominantly manga and anime influenced. Overwhelmingly 80% of it had the tone of that. So it was a weird disconnect to me to be like, oh, here's a U-shaped orbit of mainstream Western comic book art that's like enclosing around, you know, manga influenced, anime influenced art, which is weird. I was like, oh, this is a pop culture convention, not necessarily a comic convention. So that, you know, that's okay for it to happen. But in as far as the art is concerned, there's a divide there. I mean, some people might, you know, disingenuously just, if you squint, it's art is art. And like, yeah, but no, not really.
Yeah. Personally, my personal preference, actually, I like a hybrid of the two. Like,
me too.
Jorge Jimenez, I think, hits it. Is it Jimenez?
But you mean from an artist perspective? I thought you
Yeah.
meant from like a convention perspective.
No, I like both actually work. I like the intermingling of them both, and I like the hybridized. Is the giant muscular gay man that draws Superman? Is that?
It's Jorge Jimenez, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Jorge.
Yeah, he definitely is. I would consider him a hybrid. You can see the manga influence in his work, and I think he's talked about it in his. I think he's talked about it when describing his art. From a similar perspective, somebody influenced by manga. Daniel Warren Johnson is another one who's been pretty open about his influence, him being influenced by old mangakas.
Last thing that I read, I can sort of like took note of, was that there were a lot of people, but I didn't see too much buying.
Oh.
A lot of traffic in the middle, a lot of like interactions with the vendors, but I don't know if people were forking over money to buy stuff. That was just that is probably wholly inaccurate.
It's kind of become a social gathering thing. You go there with your friends, you get to be seen by other people. It's about people looking at them rather than people going to see the vendors. Sometimes, at least, that's what I've experienced. Kind of takes away from the spotlight on you, essentially. Spotlight's on them now. Spotlight's on the people coming to your table.
Alright.
Spotlight's on them.
Let me excuse myself. I'll be back later.
Okay, but
Alrighty.
I wonder what the cosplay was like over there.
Yeah, like that. People go
Yeah.
to cosplay. They don't buy anything. They just want to get some photos. Be like, look, I'm nerdy and cool. Follow me on my pages.
You know what? I'm going to message one of my buds who is definitely at the con. See how he did. Where are you? Man, when was the last time I talked to this guy? How was MegaCon? I heard it was packed! Exclamation point. Damn, dude, November was the last time I talked to this guy. Hey, Yoji. They act as a buffer between you and the public, so what I need to do is offer less money for Samsung's art. Some comic book artists have been called out online for being inconsistent with their art prices. I believe it. Oh, I definitely believe that. I mean, like I said earlier, man, if you got Crease's art before he signed on to work for or with Comic Sketch Art, you would have gotten his work cheaper than it is currently. Hey, Melee.
Mike, you still working out?
No, man. I've gotten fat again.
Michael.
I know. I got lazy. Got fat.
How fat are you?
Dude. I don't even know. I haven't weighed myself.
You're like chunky fat?
Too fat to weigh.
Too fat to weigh, man.
How was your weekend? Uneventful, friend. I'm trying to draw breasts from underneath camera angle. I don't know if I've ever drawn large breasts from underneath camera angle like this before. So you're laying flat on the rib cage because they are natural. A little bit lower, but the point of view is going to put them closer up to her chest due to the camera angle. You're a professional artist streamer. No one expects you to be ripped.
I do.
I want to be healthy though.
I hold it to a high standard.
Abs. Yeah. Get the calipers out. It's body fat time. Midream, you still working out, bud?
Dude, hell yeah.
Good for you.
Or
Bale, you still
fucking
Hmm?
buff, bro.
What about Bale? You think he's still getting beefy?
I think he's potentially stopped getting beefy, but he's probably eating pretty healthfully
He's
and
maintaining.
he's focusing on body tone.
Are you on maintenance and tone right now, Bale?
But how the fuck did you know that I actually am?
Cause
It's not tone. Tone doesn't really exist.
well,
but I'm looking
tone just
to.
means. I always assume tone just means less body fat.
Yeah, you can just say losing body fat. Tone is something the extreme civilian uses. But I'm looking to trim down and improve body composition because I've gotten too fat for my liking, and especially too fat for the level of knowledge I contain.
Nice.
Bale, can I get ripped? Can I get ripped in 6 months, Bale?
Hell yeah, dude.
I don't know where you are at, but if you want to make it to 6 months, it might require some more extreme methods like prolonged fasting. But yeah, you can.
I mean, Mike, you're not above like 250, are you?
No, dude, come on, man. If I was 250, you'd see it in my face. Like you'd see the, you see
Right,
the
what are
fucking
you,
triple
like
chin.
210 or
I'm probably
something?
around. I'm probably fighting around 215, but I'm
Okay,
also
yeah,
like
you're
6'1",
fine,
so it's not. It does like I'm able to hide it enough, but I see that tummy. My tummy hasn't gotten any smaller. Yeah, you guys don't see it because you don't see the dad bod I'm working on, but Yeah, no, it's time to decrease the body
think
fat.
in 3 months, if you put an hour in every day, and at the end of the hour, you're like, holy fucking shit, I need to never do that again. Then you do it again the next day. I think in 3 months you could be fucking a shred master flex, man.
Wow, that would take. That's extreme. But maybe
Yeah,
maybe
dude.
extremity is what it takes.
Maybe.
Maybe, Bale.
I'm gaining weight. I'm looking good. I'm like 30 pounds heavier than when you saw me in person last.
Dude,
Yeah.
Damn.
look at
Getting
you.
beefy.
Fucking Tits McGee over here. Getting beefy.
Fucking doing what I can, brother.
Oh, did you guys hear that Rum had a miscarriage?
What?
What?
Yeah. Did you guys not see that?
I thought you couldn't get pregnant.
Dude, I had no idea how to react to that. I truly had no idea how to react to it. I just ignored it.
I'm sorry she had that.
You guys should probably reach out to her. I'm not gonna, but you guys should.
How do you know? Was this like public knowledge?
Well, she posted a very, very sad comic that she made. Like a 2-frame comic, and in one frame it's a couple holding a tummy, and in that tummy is a little cocoon. And then in the second frame, the couple's crying, and the cocoon that you could see in the body is gone. It's dead. And then she wrote some very sad words next to it. So
Jeez.
then I asked her. I said, "Hey, are you writing about Britney Spears' miscarriage?" Because Britney Spears did a very public miscarriage not long ago. And she said, "No, it's about myself." To which I said, "Nothing."
Michael.
And then yeah, that's it.
Michael.
Well, I mean, look at the Discord didn't react any better.
You're a fucking monster.
Somebody dropped a fucking like an open-eyed frog emote, and then Nerditude just posted a Marty McFly like GIF saying, "Whoa, this is heavy," but it's actually not Marty; it's a different person superimposed on Marty's face. And then everybody else just ignored it.
Jeez.
Listen,
man.
my Discord isn't the Discord you go to talk about your miscarriage and how it made you feel.
This is true. We all know this.
But I did feel sorry for her, because that stinks. You know, that's not a great that's not a good thing.
It's a
Midream?
sticky poo-poo bummer, dude.
Yeah, it's a real bummer. It's a real bum city. I heard Bale pays hookers to have his miscarriages.
What the fuck?
That's kind of awesome, dude.
Bale, you animal. It's not about the sex, it's about the power. It's about the dominance, Midream.
Yeah. Oh, I get it, dude. Immediately.
Yeah.
It's about oppressing women.
It's about misogyny, is what it is.
You gotta stay true to the Slav ways.
It's the only way he'll get into Japan. I missed something. Who miscarried? Rum miscarried. She talked about it in my Discord server, and nobody, to my knowledge, gave her any kind of comfort. Because you know what? I don't know. Like I said, my Discord is a place where people go to post pornography and yell about their own socio-political ideology.
Right. Checks out.
But I hope she's doing okay, wherever she is. Wow, so Britney Spears and Rum both had a miscarriage. I guess miscarriages are really hot right now, dude.
At the same time.
I bet you've gotten a few ladies pregnant in your day, Austin.
There was one who lied about it.
Ooh, that sneaky bitch. She's a regular
And then
Amber
there
Heard, that
wasn't-
one.
There's another one who also lied about it.
It was Indy Fox,
I'm
wasn't
pretty
it?
sure. The first one was for sure a lie. The second one, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure they were lying about it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shit, dude.
Pretty lame, dude.
That is pretty lame. Well, I would never lie about you about being pregnant with your child, Andrew.
Nikki says hello.
Why, what's she doing?
I don't know. She texted me, I see you're on Mike's Discord. Tell him I say hi. XOXOXO. Jam into your song now on live. LOL.
Oh, I see. Bill, what are you doing right now?
Building a Warhammer 40k army.
Nice.
Very nice.
I got into it while listening to fucking Larry and people in the Discord talk about it. I'm like, you know what? It can be played digitally through Steam Tabletop Simulator, thank God.
Well, listen, dude. Fucking, Henry fucking Cavill himself, Superman. The real
He
Superman.
paints those. Dude,
He paints those
there's
shit.
some models there are some of those models that look absolutely sick, and I would love to paint a few just for the fun of it.
Dude, they're so intricate for something so small.
Dude, it's
Dude,
insane.
it's the amount of detail. Insane.
I never played. I painted though.
Yeah, I mean, before I decided to get into it, I watched a few. They're like battle reports, more like they're like just a replay of a game. They're like short 20-minute ones. I watched a few and I was like, you know what? This could be very fun and very chaotic depending on what you play, so I can jump in. But yeah, there are some that are like probably as tall as your palm is long, and they're probably even half, and they're like super detailed. They have like bolts and knobs and small cables, and I'm like, dude, if you really like getting into it with like a magnifying glass and whatnot, you can really spend some time on these things.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
My friend said he said MegaCon counted as his top 3 best-selling conventions. And then he posted me a photo of his table. He showed me a video of his table here. And you could just see he actually has like a small crowd of people at his table, and all he does is sell prints and stickers and stuff. He's a print and sticker guy.
I don't know about stickers, because every time I receive the sticker, I'm like, where the fuck do I put this thing?
Yeah, I've got a collection of stickers that I never did anything with either. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of you get it because they look cool, but then you don't really know what to do with it. It's, they're for kids, man. I think mostly his stickers sell to the youngins.
If kids are slapping them on their lunch boxes or whatever, then I can see it.
Yeah.
A girl put a sticker on my phone the other day, and it's all the gay pride flags all put together. So I'm gay now.
Is it the one with the V that's brown? That's doo-doo brown and black?
Yeah, and there's a blue one and a pink and yellow and another yellow one with like a yellow circle in it, and then like
I
a
don't know
big
that.
rainbow on the other side.
I don't know about all that, but
I'm gay now, you guys.
that's how it works. If she ever gets the sticker on your butthole, that's a wrap, dude. You immediately get AIDS.
Oh,
Immediately, once the sticker makes contact with your butt cheeks and inside your butthole, that's it, dude. Your T cell count starts to drop immediately.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, no, you gotta be careful. You gotta keep that out of there.
I'm very thankful to know such knowledgeable, good men.
That's me, Mr. Knowledge.
Here I am, gay now, checking out Mike.
Oh no.
I got some stickers. I'm gonna plant them in your fucking. I'm gonna plant them on your fucking toilet seat, dude.
You're all in the same voice chat. It can potentially transmit. Oh, absolutely.
True.
Absolutely. Yoji. Yoji, what was the last convention you went to? Comic style. Yoj.
I gotta take a piss. I'll be back.
Mm-hmm. Bill, do they do conventions, comic conventions, manga conventions in where you
In
are?
Spain, yeah, they do, but they are
Verona.
so far. There's
Valencia.
so few of them. Yeah, I think in Valencia there's like maybe 2 a year. There's one which is like a more like an anime convention where people are around with cosplay. There were some tables last time I was there, but it's not. This is off of memory, and this was like quite a few years ago, probably like 7 or 8 years ago. I don't remember seeing a lot of artists, but I saw cosplayers selling prints. It wasn't a place like, MegaCon where you could go and get prints from an artist, or at least back then it wasn't. So this is a more manga themed one because it's called Salon de Manga. And I think we were going to get an actual Comic-Con, but it fell through. It's something stupid. Like at the very most, Valencia has 2. And the bigger cities like Barcelona and Madrid, I don't really know. I know there's at least 1 a year in each. So compared to the US, a lot fewer.
Yoji says the last convention he went to was Barcelona. No, I'm kidding. The last one he went to was Baltimore Comic Con. To see Sean Chen. Sean Chen, who looks fatter in his social media images, as we all know.
You animal.
Yoji, when you saw Sean Chen, did you remark on his weight? Like you do, like you're supposed to, when meeting a person for the first time that you've never had a conversation with before. Sean is skinny; he jogs every day. Yeah, well, tell that to his social media profile. I told him he looks the same since that time I saw him 2 decades ago, except the white hair. That's sweet of you, Yoji. What was it like going to Baltimore? Isn't Baltimore super dangerous? Yoji, Baltimore's dangerous as hell. What are you doing over there? I'm surprised you didn't get beaten up over there. Hey Bill, do you remember all the hate crimes that were happening to Asian people here?
Yeah, wasn't it like at the, I don't know, the first third of the coup?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
People were for some reason stupid and they were just randomly attacking Asian people because of it. I'm like, dude, that fucking guy's probably lived in New York for the past 30 years.
Yeah, black people were beating the shit out of every Asian person they saw, more or less. I'm making a joke, but honestly, I think the statistics were actually that it was unfortunately the perpetrator of the majority of those racially motivated attacks on Asian people were unfortunately black folk.
Oh, I didn't know about that. I thought
Yeah.
it was just everybody.
Nope. You'd assume Whitey was up to it, but that is not the
They
case.
didn't tell us that.
They didn't. They left that out of the news reports.
Those goofballs. At
Baltimore
it
is
again.
crowded. Too much road work. The hate crimes never stopped, says Yoji. Oh, so I guess the hate crimes never stopped, but what stopped is the coverage of the hate crimes, or is what stopped, because of course it did. Midream, I would never assault you based on your race, buddy.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, unlike Danielle, who definitely
Yeah,
would.
she's a good white dude.
had. I heard Danielle bit his penis once because of his ethnicity.
Because of my ethnicity.
Teeth.
True.
He still has the teeth marks to prove it.
I do.
There's a little indent on the hood.
I wasn't circumcised before that. Yanked it right off, really.
Yeah, that's how she got part
Damn.
at Twitch. The hate crimes never stop. They have to cover the Heard versus Depp trial. I forgot that damn thing was still going on, Yoj. That's
Can't they
right.
just fucking... That whole thing is just such a mess, man.
Dude, what gets me is the fucking the media coverage is all like she's a survivor of this and that, but like every normal human being is like, oh, she's a monster. She's a monster, and she got everybody to believe her lies and turn on Depp. But for some reason, places like Vox and Variety and all these other places are like, here's all the horrible things that he did to her, and it's like, what? I'm like, how the fuck is corporate media still?
Wait, really?
Yeah, dude. There was even an article most recently posted where it's like, and this is why Depp is killing the Me Too movement. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, yo.
Jesus Christ, man. He's a part of the Me Too movement.
Right, he is. Or at least he should have been. He's a survivor.
That
And
woman's
also-
a monster.
Yeah, and then by the way, the majority of the people that are supporting him are women, and lots of them are women who survived domestic violence. Because actually, every now and then I'll check out because dude, all kinds of crazy Twitter hashtags happen regarding this. So it's like one was trending the other day, and it was like Amber Heard's a psychopath. So I of course clicked on that out of sheer curiosity. But actually, unfortunately,
Holy shit, man. I typed in Variety Magazine Amber Heard. These headlines are fucking bonkers, dude.
they're all pro Heard, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude. I don't know why they decided to like champion her when her allegations don't seem credible at all. She's yet to provide a single shred of like reliable, like actual factual evidence that anything happened, besides some photoshopped pictures that have been proven to be photoshopped, and hearsay from her friends, who, by the way, stayed at Johnny Depp's house for free, even despite him. Like, none of it adds up. So, like, all of her friends were like, yeah, he was abusive and this and that. But it's like, hold on. He was abusive when he invited, like, the 5 of you to live in his guest home, including her sister. Like, that doesn't track for people who survived domestic violence and the behaviors of the people who perpetrate it. They're actually more prone to isolate you from your friends, your family, your loved ones, so they can get you alone and manipulate you. They don't invite your family to move in with. Like, it's like none of this makes any goddamn sense. Also, 99% of the people in his life testify to him being gentle and kind and sweet and never raising a hand to them. And then all of a sudden at like age 50 something years old, he just wakes up one day and decides to become a wife beater. It doesn't make any, like, the police themselves couldn't, the police were interviewed who actually showed up to their house. The police themselves don't testify to seeing any, under oath, none of them saw any markings on her. The doctors that she went to, post her nose being broken and multiple black eyes and contusions and cut glass on her feet, all this other stuff, didn't see a mark on her. It's crazy. And despite all this, dude, giant corporate-led rags are still Team Heard. It doesn't make any fucking sense. I truly don't understand it.
Wait, who's Team Heard?
Places like BuzzFeed, Variety, Vox.
BuzzFeed
Of course
is
they are.
too?
Yeah, they
Of course they are.
Ew, dude. Ew, man.
Let's see.
Oh, sweet Jesus, dude. Sweet
Yeah, dude, you can't.
baby little, tiny little sexy Jesus.
Here we go. 2 days ago, a Vox article from 2 days ago.
No.
Why the Depp Heard trial is so much worse than you realize. Amber Heard is just the first target of a new extremist playbook. Let's see. I don't want to read this crap, dude. It's basically
Dude,
that,
close it
you
out,
know.
dude.
Here,
Close that
here we
shit.
go. Far
No.
right-leaning extremists.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, geez.
And they're talking about. I just read that final sentence. The manosphere. They're talking about misogyny in men. Meanwhile, I said the vast majority of people that I've seen on social media are team Depp, and a lot of those women are survivors of domestic violence and believe him. They believe him and his testimony more than they believe hers. And
We've all met an Amber Heard.
I mean, unfortunately, and.
Yeah.
And this is sad. So I don't recommend you click any of those hashtags, especially if you're more sensitive to this kind of stuff. But on some of those hashtags, there are women who've come forward, survivors, real victims and survivors of that kind of horrific treatment. And they post photos. They post the photos that she posted of her quote-unquote abuse at the hands of Depp, and then they post what their abuse looked like, similar to the allegations that she has, but what that actually looks like on a human being when the person who you love and trust the most in the world uses you as a fucking punching bag. And by the way, those pictures are night and day. Those pictures are fucking, they would make even me, the most callous, feel absolutely fucking floored seeing these women being treated this way by a person that they love. Just absolutely battered. It makes you furious to see. And then you look at Amber Heard's photos, and it looks like some makeup. It looks like maybe she was scratching her face. Like it was, like I'm telling you, man. It doesn't really drive the point home until you see what real photos of that stuff looks like. Which again, I can't recommend because it's really, it makes you sad and it makes you fucking angry at the same time to see innocent women treated like this by their partners, by absolute pieces of shit. But then when you realize, like, wait a second, wait just a fucking second, this shit isn't adding up. Anyway, and then you go to Vox, and Vox is like, oh, this is the alt-right at work.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Have they mentioned Gamergate?
I'm surprised. Dude, you should Google Amber Heard Gamergate and see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised if you come up with something.
Actually,
I don't even know what
I'm on-
Gamergate is.
I'm on DuckDuckGo. Let's see there.
No, you're on. Okay.
Vox blames Gamergate for verification of Amber.
There it is. Wow. Wow, Vox again. Wow.
You retards.
Gamergate again. Huh. You don't say. Gamergate, which at this point is what, 8 years old now? Since it happened? Dude, I've seen lunatics, quote unquote journalists on the internet talking about how Gamergate's the reason why Trump was reelected the first time. Gamergate's the reason why, gun violence is happening. Every goddamn boogeyman that you can see, any boogeyman that they try to rile you up with, rather. Gamer, it all started. That's where it all began. Fox. God, what embarrassment. Could you imagine you're a quote unquote journalist and then you start writing that shit?
Very confusing. Very upsetting.
Very upsetting indeed. Hey Bale, dude, I saw. For the first time in a long time, Critical Drinker and I are in a consensus on that. On that
I
movie.
saw you posted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what I realized? He's a movie snob, man. He's just
he is the critic. He is the cynical, critical drinker.
He's a classic movie snob, man.
That's his character.
Yeah. But well, I will say I appreciate it when. I mean, of course, it's an indie movie, right? But I will say there's lesbian representation in there. There's strong female characters. So I was expecting to get some ideas for my bingo card, my anti-SJW bingo card. But he didn't, dude, there was no Get Woke Go Broke, there was no Mary Sue references, there was no like strong female character, there was no talking about like indoctrination. There was none of that stuff. Not a blip, no bingo. He actually just talked about the movie on its own merits, which is really saying something. So I'm with him, man. I highly recommend watching that movie. And also, he talked about how excellent the performance by Michelle Yeoh was. And I would say the woman is fucking stellar, dude. She's at the top of her fucking game. I would put Michelle Yeoh's performance up there with the likes of Meryl Streep or any of the female led greats of this generation or the previous. She is
a fan of Katie Sackhoff.
Dude, I loved her in Battlestar Galactica, and I liked a couple appearances that she made on the CW, although they're horribly written. She did the best she could. Katie Sackhoff. She showed up in the fucking on a few like Flash, like TV shows and that kind of stuff. Legends of. The character is really that show is like, it's so hard to watch that fucking show, man. It's so bad. God damn, the Flash, man. What a fall from grace. That show actually used to be interesting. Anyway,
season, like 1 through 3 were good.
Yeah, they were. And then I don't know what happened. Like maybe the budget just fell to shit. Either way, Katie Sackhoff, I think she's excellent, or at least she was. Why do you not like her? Midream, do you hate Katie? You hate Katie Sackhoff.
You mentioned strong female roles. Thought Katie Sackhoff.
She's listen, she's I would love to see her in something good. I'd love to see her.
She was in The Mandalorian, right?
She is. She plays Bo-Katan in The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And she is great. She's the original voice actor, so they kept her.
Awesome.
And I bet we're going to be seeing more of her. Man, Star Wars. Man, there were some Obi-Wan rumors I heard. God, it's looking not good.
Really? No, come on.
Apparently, Kathleen Kennedy herself, the mastermind behind the sequel trilogies, she's got her fucking claw. It's in her clutches. That series. So.
Who is that?
Kathleen Kennedy is the one that decided to champion Rey Skywalker. The whole.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude! Come on.
Yeah. The Force. She was the one walking around with the Force is female T-shirts years ago, promoting that crap. Because by the way, the Force has never been. The Force wasn't male. The Force wasn't female. The Force wasn't anything. The Force is the Force, man. It's like saying the air is a. It's like saying life itself, not even in air. It's like saying molecules or female or male or whatever. It's so, like, could you imagine somebody is running Star Wars, heading Star Wars, and they're wearing a shirt that says the Force is female, which again is just clickbait garbage. It doesn't. It's completely fucking nonsensical. And like, you're basically wearing a shirt. You're wearing a flag. It basically says, I don't fucking understand this entire concept. Right? Like, the Force is never exclusionary. It's like, how do you miss the fucking fundamentals of the thing that you're working on? It's so stupid. It's so fucking infuriating, man, that a person like that would be the person that would run shit. Run it right into the fucking ground. Am I right, Bill?
Jeez.
God, dude. Anyway, I have to piss like a racehorse. I'll be right back. Bale, I'm gonna tackle you. I'm gonna wrestle you to the ground. I'm gonna give you nuggies.
I haven't heard someone threaten another person with a nuggie in probably 10 to 12 years.
It's Michael.
Yo, man, Austin.
Yo,
Hey,
what
Austin.
up,
Hey,
dude? Hey, yo, what's up?
are there any plans to release more of your royalty-free music for streamers?
Oh, maybe. Probably not, though. It depends. It's a lot of work for, like, I planned on doing a lot of that to hopefully shine a little light on me, and it didn't really go off super well. Even when I had, like, Danielle's pretty face at the forefront of it, being like, hey guys, listen to my music for free on your fucking pages, and, like, for how much work I put in, dude, I got back, like, a fucking 16th of that.
Oh,
Yeah,
that looks
it's not really great
good.
for me.
Yeah, I'm asking because I'm looking to start working on my comic book trailer, the trailer for my comic. And I was looking for some fast music, and all you have is like chill beats.
Word, feel you. And you've done
Although I
music.
can,
Right.
chill beats can help with like the first few seconds, but after that I gotta go fast.
Anything that I have out there on Spotify, you're welcome to play with too.
Oh, do you have shit that's on Spotify but not on YouTube?
Maybe. Have you heard the new album?
I think you linked it, but if it's on Spotify, I haven't because I don't use Spotify.
Word. Yeah, no, it's on a bunch of stuff. If you find
Where
a
else?
song named Danger or Hypnopomp,
Hip hop.
those might be up your alley a little bit.
I
You
can
might have to
definitely-
fast forward in both of them.
I mean,
Gets,
I
like,
can
halfway points or something.
I can cut them up. So only on Spotify. Where else can I get your? Where else can I listen to your shit?
I mean, check YouTube. Oh yeah, they're on SoundCloud. Also,
Same name on SoundCloud, Medwin.
yeah. Hold on, I'll link you the album.
Oh, nice. It's even better.
There you go. Pog.
Alrighty. I'll go through it tomorrow.
Yeah, a lot of it's pretty slow. Well, not pretty slow, but it's like track 2 and track 8. Danger and Hypnopomp are probably, if you're looking for like fast-paced, energetic, exciting, those are
Yeah,
probably your tracks to look at.
Let me send you a link of what I'm looking for in regards to speed and energy.
Cool. Bonk bonk. Are you trans, Bale?
Me? No, why would I be?
Because it's cool, man. Cool to be
I mean,
trans.
I can identify as one if it's just for the sake of scoring cool points.
Alright, I'm watching this. This is intense. Still all slow in this intro.
Yeah, I'm looking to do something similar for my trailer. Because it also has to be a quick trailer because a lot of people are spending like minutes on their trailer. I'm like, nah, dude, this has to be 10, let's say 20, maybe 30 seconds tops. Have to go. Because that's how the book goes.
Jesus Christ, that looks fucking awesome, dude.
I know, dude. If you manage to have the time and energy to read Chainsaw Man, the manga, I think you're gonna enjoy it.
I've heard that it's good. I've heard good things.
Or you just wait until it starts airing anime
I think that's
in
what I'm doing.
October.
I'll watch it.
I mean, it looks like MAP are going to be doing a great job on it.
huge asses. Huge ones.
This one. Oh, okay. Wow, I can only have 4 of these? That's stupid. Wait, can I get back?
Hello.
Michael. Taking a little pee-pee.
Did you see me on the screen?
I mean, I see you now. Were you doing something weird?
I was just being a goofball.
Nice.
Hello, friends. Hello, Snow Rip. I got some new plants, you guys, but you guys don't give a fuck about plants. So I'm not
No,
telling you
I'm
shit.
I'm a big fan of plant life.
You know, I could probably grow my own weed, I think, at this point. I'm pretty familiar with, like, how to... I've yet to kill a plant.
Fucking do it, pussy.
And I've grown some pretty tropical plants thus far, but I will say I have yet to successfully grow any kind of like herbs, like actual like herbs.
Do it, Michael.
If I had a fucking backyard, I would do a fucking like, I'd be growing tomatoes and potatoes and that kind of shit. But I don't have a backyard. I live in an apartment building. Like Bale. Bale, quick, do Italian fingers.
Wait, why the fuck would I do Italian fingers while I'm living in Spain? It doesn't work.
Because the Italians are better than the Spanish. Everybody knows it.
I'm Italian. I agree with this.
Fuck do you mean you're Italian? I thought you're native.
He's native
I'm half
Italian.
Yeah, I'm native Italian. Yeah. I'm half Italian, quarter native, and a quarter Norwegian.
Oh, damn.
Hey, wait, so like,
so
all right.
you go...
Listen, hang on. As a person who's more indigenous than Midream,
Yeah, tell me.
I want you guys to think long and hard about my victimization. Hang on.
Just soak it in. Nice, dude.
That was my asshole making noise. No, but seriously, on the victimization scale, but I'm not LGBT. I could lie about it though.
I have a sticker on my phone. I'm LGBTQ plus passing.
Well, I've talked
me?
about this before on stream, where it's like they can't prove that you've never sucked dick before if you were to fill out an application. You know?
I say you
should. That's not nice. It's not nice. Like, it's not nice to lie in applications. That's a shitty thing to do.
What you gotta say, what you have to say,
Yeah.
you can't say my girlfriend, you can't say my wife, you have to say my partner, and never give their name away.
Well, that's what people do, dude. People that...
That's what you have to do, and then they go, oh, they're woke.
Yeah, dude, so many people are like, oh, my partner. And it's like, are they gay maybe?
Yeah, exactly. You just gotta keep it ambiguous, and they go, oh, they're probably gay.
Listen, as a person who's been called a bundle of sticks before, and who's been confused for a homosexual, listen, as a person who's been sexually, I mean, does it count as sexually assault when a gay man, like, gropes you and shit? It does. So as a person who's technically been sexually assaulted by gay people... No, I'm kidding. I mean, not kidding about the assault. That's true. Stay away from Christopher Street past 12 a.m. at any of the bars. I'll tell you that much. Especially if you're handsome in the face and body, like I was in my 20s. Anyway,
I've been groped so many times by somebody that we both know, that we've both met in person.
Yeah,
and
I think I know
now
this
they're
person.
coming out as fucking bisexual and potentially more than that. And it's like, oh, so this is molestation you're talking about?
yeah, no,
Oh,
this wasn't
cool.
like it wasn't like palling around with your friends. This person wanted to taste your genitals.
Oh, I get it. So you're a predator. Cool.
Yeah, great. Yeah. You're a predator hiding under the guise of tomfoolery. Great.
Cool.
My friend legit asked if I was gay because I keep my apartment clean and I don't mind cooking. Dude, I grow plants and I do the dishes and keep a tidy kitchen. Multiple times a day, you'll find me in the kitchen, moving shit around, putting things away, cleaning up, mopping, or fucking. I was gonna say brushing the floor.
I brush that floor.
What do you call that when you broom the floor? Sweeping the floor. I was like, what the fuck is that word? It's like brushing the floor. I'm like, yeah, I guess you are brushing the floor, but like, what's it called?
You are
Very
technically
foreign
brushing it.
right now.
Anyway, so I was sweeping my teeth this morning. My friend legit asked if I was gay. Too bad you're not. Too bad you're not Native American. Then we could push for a casino. You know, if I was like, dude, if I could prove that I was like above 25% Native American, you better believe I'd be fucking trying to get myself some bennies.
Bennies.
Yeah, man. That's fucking tax bennies, dude. That seriously made me cackle and laughter, Michael. Wait, which thing? Which stupid, idiotic thing that I said made you laugh? I say a lot, dude, rapid fire, especially if I'm caffeinated, which I am.
Huge ones.
Bill's been thinking about me going over there and wrestling with him. You know what the funny thing about this? Bale actually knows how to fucking do jiu-jitsu. So Bale would very, even though I weigh more than him, I'm much weaker than he is, he would very handily beat the shit out of me without much trouble, dude.
Who do you think would win, Bale or Skullbash?
Ooh.
Skullbash is too heavy for me. I'm not that good at jiu-jitsu.
Well, here's the thing about Skullbash, dude. Unless you could take him to the ground and like handle him that way, dude, he easily curls like just bicep curls 50-60 pound dumbbells like nothing.
Jeez, dude, stupid.
He's strong, dude. So unless you could put him down quick, like via grappling, because you're not going to stand toe to toe with him, dude. You're not going to do blow to blow with him, man, because he's probably going to hit you hard, very fucking hard, man. He's what, 230-40 pounds, dude. He's like what, 6'2" plus. He's big, man. He's a big dude, and even if his form wasn't great, those punches are gonna fucking hurt. Even if you manage to like block them, it's still gonna be punishing. So no, man, dude, Bale, I don't know, dude. Unless you manage to like really like get his back somehow.
All right, brothers, I'm gonna hop out of here. I'm gonna go see a show with some buddies.
Okay, enjoy yourself, buddy. Dude, it was fucking awesome having you on here, man.
Yeah, dude, I've been gone for like 2 months working. It's nice to be back and say hello to the fucking cronies, dude.
Dude, it feels good to fucking pal around, man. We haven't palled around in a little bit. It's good.
Palling
Dude,
around, bro.
dude, palling around with you guys is truly the only reason why like I keep coming back. If it wasn't for hanging out with like chat and voice chat, I would have hit the old fucking dusty trail ages ago.
Yeah, I feel that. All right, well, hey, love you guys. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
All right, back to John. Oh, sweeping the teeth is what got you, eh? Vitamins. I like that Vitamins only speaks in emotes. I appreciate it. Okay. Okay. Yo, just found you. Already loving your art style. The type of pencil pens you use is dope. Really? Have you watched any of my other videos? Strawberry. I'm actually drawing, what's her name again? Nanjiri Hado?
Nanjiri Hado, yeah.
Yeah. My Hero
Made her
Academia.
quite thick.
Yeah. Tiny waist, thick thighs, thick chest, thick of chest, thick
Why?
of thigh.
Wide ass hips.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that reminds me. The amount of seasoned comic book artists that I've seen that draw women with narrow hips is mind-boggling.
That's a well, dude. We're always looking at John Byrne's depiction of She-Hulk, and she's pretty lean, man. I will say,
No, I mean a narrow waist. I'm talking about not narrow waist.
Narrow-
I'm stupid. I'm talking about hips, narrow hips.
narrow
sorry.
hips, not just a narrow waist, narrow hips, like flat. That's no fun, dude. Dude, I mean, as something of an illustrator myself, why is my hair so big today? Anyway,
Probably a humidity.
it's got to be the humidity. Alexa, what's the humidity?
Right now, the humidity is 38%.
Oh.
Would you also like to check the chance of rain?
Not
No.
too much.
That's weird because it was like 75% earlier and it was 99% last night. Anyway, part of the fun of drawing a female form. Alexa, stop. She's like listening. I see that she's like,
Shut the fuck
I
up.
see that she's actually like intently listening to what I'm saying. Anyway, part of the fun of drawing a woman is the curves, the curvature of a woman's
Yeah.
body. And again, you know, not all women. Yes, I know. Women are all built differently, but generally speaking, traditionally, the general form of a woman, regardless of size and weight, is beautifully curvilinear, man. So even if she's on the thinner side, or if she's a thick old lady, even with a bit of a tummy, if she's more Rubenesque, the curves, baby, they're still there. They're still very much present. The contours of the female body are have a lovely curvature to them, and that personally, that's one of my fucking favorite things to draw. It's like the curvature of the thigh to the hip, the curvature of the waist to the chest, the curvature of the rib cage, the way the breasts lay on the rib cage, even the more natural ones. It's all very shapeless. Shapes are they're just fun to play around with.
Yeah, sure.
Literally, I just got blessed by the YouTube algorithm of your shorts like 2 minutes ago. This is the first way. The lingerie swing one, man. I gotta thank John Amore. John Amore Art. He's a Filipino artist extraordinaire, John Amore. The allegations against him in the orphanage are completely false. No, I'm kidding. No, John Amore loves children normally. I'm just busting his chops. He is the creator of Urban Animal, the famous webtoon comic. I drew that woman in lingerie for him, and against his wishes, I made her hypersexual. So sexual, in fact, that I don't think he included it in the comic. Or did he include it in the comic? Hang on.
I haven't read it, so I can't say.
All right, I'm pulling up
Wait, the
webtoon.
woman in the lingerie on the swing was supposed to be an Urban Animal character? Which one?
It's Charlotte. That's why I use green. That's why I use green as the
Wait, that's Charlie?
That's Charlotte. That's the goth girl with the green hair.
Yeah, I know who she is. She's my favorite character.
Yeah, I sketched her. Oh, god damn it, John Amore. Now I don't feel so bad for not reading his book, the last 3 episodes of it, because I'm looking through it right now on my phone. There's some great art, man. There's some excellent art on this. I don't know who these artists are, but this style is really, look at that. That's another drawing of Charlotte. That's a Charlotte with her clothes on, unlike the kind that I drew. Dave Tran did the blonde girl. Yeah, he had a bunch of really fun ones, fun fan art. But he didn't include mine, and I told him, dude, I'm like, dude, put it in, just censor out the nipples.
Yeah, look at this one with the guitar. How oh my god, dude. Fucking Prude Brigade, John Moore.
Yeah. Yes, anyway, so I sketched Charlotte, and for some reason, that image was the one of all the like hundreds of videos at this point that I posted. YouTube was like, that's the one, baby.
That's the one.
We're showing this to 500,000 people. This one. And it's really funny because one of the funniest things about it is if you were to go to that one and think, oh, maybe I should check out Urban Animal. It's a hypersexual adventure. It's not. Much to my dismay. Okay, all right. Let me finish this. Let me finish this Hado piece I was working on. But yes, Strawberry, if you're still here, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for just chilling. You know what's great about the superheroes is that when you want to draw a lady, you get to draw them essentially in the buff. Like, more or less, I'm drawing Hado here. I'm drawing her nude, more or less. Like, this is basically what her body would look like without any clothes on it.
I don't know how it happened, but when it comes to superhero costumes, people have accepted that you shouldn't draw the boob area like how it will be when you're wearing even a skin-tight suit.
Oh, no.
Look not like
no,
like this.
Here, because matter of fact, I'll show it right now. What her body would look like. This is how I sketched it, but how it would look like if she was actually in a suit like that would be, you would just see the outline of them. They'd be smushed together, you know, they'd be much tighter, and you'd see like the stretching of the clothing, if that, and that's it. But I'm giving you the full, as if they were body painted, more or less.
Yeah, like if she were shrink wrapped.
I'm assuming that means you've probably heard about that video being the first one a lot. I'm just gonna chill and watch you do your thing because I'm ass at practicing Procreate to get good. I'm actually I'm having enough fun with Procreate and doing shorts on YouTube that I'm definitely working on some concepts for doing a longer form tutorial. I just haven't quite made up my mind what to do a tutorial for. I know, Bale, I talked to you about I was going to perhaps do a tutorial on perspective.
Yeah, you've been working on that one for like a year now.
Yeah, working on it, as in I've been thinking about it occasionally. But I mean, the one thing that's stopping me is I don't want it to suck. I want it to actually, I truly, and I do mean this with the absolute sincerity. If I make a tutorial and put it on my channel and it's longer form, 5-10 minutes, not anything too long, I do want it to be of value to anybody who's catching my YouTube channel. I want it to be something that people can watch, you know, even a handful of years from now and learn, or, you know, pick up a helpful tip.
I think a good way to at least establish yourself as being different from other perspective tutorials is to very quickly skim the what's 1, 2, and 3 point perspective, and then get into the actual fun shit of how to make it fun and when and why. Because when I first started learning how to draw, like, what is it, like 4 or 5 years ago, whenever I looked up perspective, it was always the same. Oh, this is how you make a 1 point perspective. This is how you make a 2 point. You just draw 2 points, and then your lines go there. And I'm like, okay, and what else? Your lines just go there. That's it? Yeah, your lines just go to those 2 points. I'm like, that doesn't really give me any in-depth. It could also be me because I like drawing with detail. I like teaching and explaining in detail, and I like learning in detail. It could be just me who wants more in-depth of, oh, this is when and why you use 3 or 2 point perspective, you know, depending on what you want to elicit with, you know, mood or setting or whatever with your piece.
Right.
So I think if there's one thing to do in order to stand out, it's to not just say, oh, these are the 3 points and this is where your lines go.
Right. I mean, that it is important to know where your line's going, but I would say that but you know, that's like 101, you know, perspective 102 is figuring out where those lines, how to make that all work for you. Because you don't. What's the point of learning how to do a 2, 3, or single point perspective if you don't know when to implement that in your piece, or
Yeah.
why to
If you
implement
don't know the, especially the why, if you don't know the when and why when you're choosing your perspective shots, then you can draw the most beautiful cityscape, but if it just doesn't fit, then it's going to look out of place and weird. Or God forbid, you're drawing a superhero comic and your character is in 2-point perspective, but your background is at 1-point perspective or 3-point perspective.
Yes, which is, by the way, a mistake that I've made before. So I can't really.
Oh, I'm sure. Even in my frog book that has mostly trees, I probably have fucked that up at least once.
Yeah, no, Kennedy actually gave me a great piece of advice once in regards to that. Empowered comic actually poked fun of the entire superhero skin tight suit thing. It was literally the first comic short in the first book. I need to actually practice Procreate more because I don't typically force myself to do much outside sketching, which isn't helpful. I'm definitely a pencil and paper kind of guy. Although, we've talked about this before. It's interesting when it comes to drawing in Procreate versus drawing traditionally. There, of course, is a lot of crossover, right? Because I'd imagine it's playing the acoustic guitar versus playing the electric guitar, more or less. That's not exactly a one-to-one analogy, but more or less, right? If you know how to play the guitar, you still know how to play the guitar differently, but there are certain aspects to digital art making that, although the fundamentals are the same, the execution of your art changes based on the tool. The same way if you were a watercolor artist and you were learning how to do oil, or if you were learning how to use pastels or whatever it might be. The fundamentals still hold up. The fundamentals are always true. They don't ever change regardless of the medium, but learning how to utilize the medium itself. This digital art is deceptively simple appearing, but don't some people might fall into the fallacy, or at least the belief fallacy, that digital art is quote unquote easy or easier than traditional art. Now, in some aspects, there is an ease, right? Being able to erase things and all that stuff. But just because in some ways it is easier, quote unquote, of a tool to use, doesn't mean that you're going to be able to pick it up, because it has its own form, like it's its own medium, and it like truly is its own medium. And it's one that you're going to have to learn and embrace and figure out your stylization. One of the issues that I had transitioning from digital to traditional was being able to properly recreate my style digitally from traditional. It took me a little bit of time to kind of sort that out, figure out what my style looks like when I'm on the iPad versus when I'm at my desk. What the actual fuck? I can't tell you the amount of times I've tapped my sketchbook with 2 fingers by force of habit. Oh, dude, I can't tell you how many times I've tapped my sketchbook, or I've double tapped the pencil I was drawing with, the actual pencil itself I was drawing with, in order to change the tool. It's like, oh, okay, I need to erase with this pencil. Let me just double tap it and switch to eraser. Oh, wait. That's not how that works. Yeah, no, I would actually argue that you have to put the hours in digitally in order to truly find your style, your digital style. Because you will have one. Because again, the medium is different, and the medium is deceptively different. So you're gonna have to put the hours in. You're gonna have to put the hours in, and part of that is going to be finding what your work looks like in a digital program. And you're not gonna have to relearn stuff, but when it comes to what it means for you as an artist, it's a pretty big deal. You know, how do I, the digital artist, you know, how do I tackle this problem, you know, versus how you would have tackled it traditionally? You hear me, Snow Ripe? You animal? Okay. All right, now let me see if I'm looking up a reference for, oh, she's got little footy shackles. Eraser scraps, a lot of eraser scraps, right? So in that way, in that sense, yes, the mechanically speaking, digital art is easier that way. Less eraser scraps, you know, being able to easily transform what you're drawing, and that's one of my favorites. You draw a foot too big, or you draw a leg at the wrong angle. Instead of having to completely erase it, or God forbid, try to ink over it, white it out and ink over it. Oof. It's just a matter of erasing it, or even better, forget erasing it and redrawing it. How about you just grab the selection tool, select it, and move it around? I've literally done that so many times. Whereas, you know, here, look, I'll just grab her torso and just change her torso. You know, like, oh, does that work better? Shape-wise? No, you know, no, that's better. But what if I arched it more this way? You know, what if I arched her back more? And then it's like, well, no, then she's too, you know, she's too curved up. The ease of that, just being able to like, or just being able to copy your pencil layers and completely distort things. Or I'll show you one right now. You're drawing in perspective. Let's say you want to see what it would look like if you were able to push that perspective more. You know, you hop on over to the distort and you pull and stretch, and it kind of it doesn't give you an exact one-to-one, but you might be like, oh, so this is what this would look like if I really try to push that foreshortening even more. And again, not exactly a one-to-one. You still have to like redraw it and figure it out. But fun, easy. Even making a perspective grid yourself on this application, far easier digitally. So yes, in many ways, there are certain areas that digital wins in ease of execution, but you still, that it doesn't excuse you from putting the work in. Because there are, especially in regards to like what I said earlier, the fundamentals, the art fundamentals, you're gonna have to learn those no matter what. I don't care how easy, quote unquote, your tool is. If you don't know anatomy, baby, the easiest fucking tool in the world ain't gonna help you. You know?
Yeah.
If you don't know the laws of certain compositional stylings, you know, if you don't know how to, if you're real iffy on shape language, let's say, there is no chance. Yeah, there's no chance that these shortcuts are going to help you out at all. Bill, are you watching the Amber Heard stuff? Do you care about that?
My levels of care are very surface level. I care that justice be done.
Served, sure.
Be served, yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay.
But in regards
Justice done.
to like being really in there, I don't have a real dog enough. I just want I just want the guy to be rid of this vile woman.
Mm-hmm.
On a dude level, yeah, you could say that I am. What's the word I'm looking for? Not involved. I'm invested on a dude level. I just want another dude to be rid of a vile woman,
Hmm.
so he can get back on with his life. And I've only been watching a few of the highlights and not the whole thing, because I know it
Mhm.
runs constantly.
Oh yeah.
And I'd much rather they streamed the Maxwell trial instead of this one.
Ha! I forgot about that one.
Exactly my point.
Let's see. All right. Rip says, Devo. I've tried with some drawing tabs, and it feels like I'm thrown back into elementary. It's unfamiliar tools, alignments, pressure, everything in between. That is a great point. Strawberry says, definitely been tackling the fundamentals again. I've been drawing since I was 4, but I've never really took it seriously until a couple years ago. It's a whole different piece from just sketching for fun. Sketching for fun versus sketching with purpose is truly like night and day. ABH, what's up, buddy? Sketching with specific, deliberate intent is rough, and it can honestly, it could quite easily be very mentally taxing as well. Sketching for fun is, you might be upset with yourself for messing something up or not getting exactly what you had in your mind on the page. But when you're sketching to do commissions or to work on your portfolio or anything of that nature, I would like to think that, at least the artists that I know, you have to hold yourself up to a higher standard. Because you are, generally speaking, you are now you have a specific goal in mind. This isn't only for fun. There is a destination. And now, listen, what's that phrase where it's, comparison is the death of... Ooh, let me see if I can find it.
Originality?
No. It's a quote by Mark Twain, Samuel Clemens, and it goes, comparison is the death of joy, Mark Twain. And, unfortunately, I'm guilty of this as myself through the years. Comparing yourself to another artist is a necessary evil. And I'm not poo-pooing Mark Twain, because he's right. Mark Twain is 100% right. Comparison is the death of joy. However, as an artist,
you do that constantly.
You do it constantly. You kind of have to. Rogers, thank you so much for the 10-month sub. You're only 2 months away from getting the much bandied, much pursued, much sought after Spider-Man badge designed by John Moore himself. You're only 2 months away from being a full-blown badass. Yes, comparison is a necessary evil in art because you kind of have to look ahead at your field. Now there's good and bad comparison, right? I would say ideally, as a creative in the illustration field, the true comparison you want to have is between you and who else, Bale? Between you and who?
Between you and the future you, or past you.
There it is. Bale knows. Bale's been through this fucking ringer before.
Oh, yeah, what was that song? Oh yeah, it's a fucking Eye of the Tiger song. It's you against you, baby.
It is. The person that you should be comparing yourself is to the you of yesterday. That's who you should be comparing yourself to. But we tend to broaden the scope of comparison to see, and I understand why. You have your artistic peers, and then you have your artistic legends, really.
Maybe you can look at it as peers and teachers. Because
Peers
you can peers and teachers, because you can always learn from a teacher, but you can never learn from a peer. So you can, have friends and just talk about art, but then you have those people that you look at and compare your current work with theirs in the mindset of studying.
I do that comparison yearly.
I don't know if
Yelling to my past self, "Why were you this bad?" Well, I mean, listen, that's different, right? That's because I've done that too, right? You look at stuff that you thought was awesome, and then a year later you're like, "Oh my god, how could I have shown this to people?" Let alone like have been proud of it. But I'm talking about what you don't want to do as an artist is look at a person who you admire, who is years, maybe even decades ahead of you artistically. And I'm talking about like quite literally they're decades ahead of you in that they have been practicing that much. They have 30,000 hours in their craft and you only have 2. That's what I mean. That kind of comparison. That's the death of joy. That's misery. That doesn't help anything. And I will say this: social media doesn't help. Social media doesn't help either, because what you're seeing on social media is what that looks like when it's not only an artist who's more further along in their craft than you. It's an artist who's also only showing you their best. So you're not seeing the misses, You're just seeing the hits, baby. It's very rare that you find an artist on social media who's posting crap, They're only going to be showing you the stuff that they did that just knocked it right out of the park. The stuff where it's like, oh yeah, this is me at my best. Them at their worst, ooh, that's hidden. You ain't gonna see any of that, baby. Them at their worst goes right in the trash. That file gets deleted. That file gets buried. That stuff never sees the light of day. You see the tip of the iceberg, the ready product, but not the work that put into it. Yes, and I need the brain implant so I could just beam art right from my mind onto paper. BH says, I upgraded my VR setup from a Quest 2 to an Index with FBT. I don't know what that means. What does that mean, BH? What the hell is that? I've never VR'd. I've seen VR pornography on various websites, and I thought, man, that might be too damn intense.
I've tried VR porn because I had a friend, that I worked in that industry on the business side. And it does look very intense. Like this was me looking at my friend's early version of his VR porn. And it was intense. Like I can see a lot of people maybe suffer mentally in the long run because it looks so real.
Oh man.
Because dude, when I first put on the goggles, because it's like the goggles and it was through a phone.
Yeah.
The first 3 seconds were of a girl like bending over and pushing her ass into your face or into the camera.
Damn.
And I instincted my hand and instinctively went out. Yes.
Dude, you're like one of those people. You're like one of those people on TikTok that like walks like right into a wall. They're like, oh, okay, I gotta walk through this door and like actually walk into walk into the TV.
It was that immersive.
Of course. Listen, you're literally tricking your fucking brain. We are talking monkeys. And with the headphones on and you're seeing your whole entire periphery, when something jumps out at you, unless you're a complete psychopath, you're gonna, oh. What's great is when you see people on TikTok. I actually saw somebody dive away. they completely forgot they were in VR and like went to like dive into a pool or jump off of something, and they actually fucking jumped. Like in real life, they jumped and they jumped headfirst into a fucking TV and broke it like a giant like 85-inch television. Like just the panels were all cracked. Really funny. It's great seeing old people using VR too. That's really sweet when you see old people put on the headset for the first time and they're just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What have you been doing? This goes against God. Okay, so we're drawing Hatto. We're drawing her thick-ish. I've always told myself if I ever wrote stories or made an art profile, I'd post my failures even if it hurt my growth, because I know how much it helps for newer artists to see people better mess up. I've had a very limited experience with VR, but playing Beat Saber and Super Hot was fun. What's Super Hot? I know Beat Saber. Beat Saber. That thing looks like a absolute nightmare. I mean, like a fun nightmare, but you know. Super Hot was the VR shooter with the idea of the world moves only when you do. Cool. No, Strawberry, that's a very admirable idea. I'm not going to do it, but I would admire somebody who did. Just like, yeah, this art I did sucks. But you know what? I will say, if I were to do that, if I were to post something that included the flaws of my art, the misses, and by the way, everyone misses. You know, not even Jordan himself hit every basket. If I were to do something like that, I think I would frame it as a learning experience. We talked about, I think it was Thomas Edison, not long ago, who, when talking about the light bulb, said something along the ways of, you know, of the 1,000 times I tried and failed, those weren't really failures. I just successfully figured out 1,000 ways how a light bulb doesn't work.
Yeah. Which is a very copium way of looking at it.
Yes. But listen, man, it's necessary. You know, you're, you know, as an artist, as a creative, as a writer, as a whatever, man, you are going to fail. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But being able to learn from that failure, that's the stuff, man. That's the stuff that's going to set you apart. Hey, it's Matty Cakes.
Hola, senor. I believe you're going to get raided by Nikki here.
Nicole Gonzalez.
Yes, prepare to be raided, Michael.
The Gonzo Supreme. Quick, I better flee before she gets here.
She's Mongolian, very angry.
She's heading over here from the steppe.
Yeah, she's just wrapping hers up now.
Let's see.
That's the prize.
But Strawberry says, but we'll see if I ever stick to that. It's just reassuring to see people you look up to say, yeah, I mess up too, without the hiccup. No, it's good. And you're right. I think it's important to tell people. I mean, I could just tell people on this platform here, if you're listening to me, I fuck up as an artist. I could say that hands down, without any qualms, without any reservations.
You're not here for the
I fuck up. I fuck up all the time, specifically in relation to my art. Hey, Nikki Gonzalez. Hey, as I live and breathe. Look what I drew. I drew Mr. Martin McFly.
Oh, I love that. You made him a bit more twinkish, though, huh?
McFly!
McFly, stop
McFly!
Stop filming inside the goddamn women's locker rooms, McFly. That's
I
like
told you
kind of
not
a
to come in here,
Goldberg
McFly. What's up,
I wonder
Nikki
if
G?
that's how bullying really happened back in the day. Like, did bullies just rule it?
Hello, hello, McFly. Just a
I
fucking
know we're
imagine.
both 17, but I thought I told you not to come in here.
Hello, Jenny. Jenny's here. Mord Hokai is here. Jessames is here. KG the Magnificent is here. How many of you guys know KG's real name? First name? I do.
I do.
It's adorable. She won't let me call her by her first name in stream, though, unfortunately. But one day. No, I'm kidding. I won't do that. But yes, I decided to color this. I had actually drawn this ages ago.
What's up, stupids?
Hey, I was thinking about putting a DeLorean in this behind him.
I'm here to say hello. Matt was really like firing on your fucking Discord there. He was ready to say hello to you.
Wait, what? What do you mean he was firing? He was loading
Man,
up.
I barely hit raid and it was like, bam, already in fucking Discord.
Yup. And then I even warned him you were gonna raid him. I ruined your surprise.
Yeah.
Way to be a fucking loser, Matt. Don't follow Nerditude. He's a lame.
Wow, that hurts.
Wow.
He has no feelings. It doesn't hurt.
I think Mike disagrees. You should follow me as well.
Nobody has feelings here to follow you. Bye.
Yeah, you should. What you gotta do is you gotta follow Matt, but only if you send him pictures of your feet first.
Oh, not a requirement. I just want to point that out.
He likes
you can follow without
better.
the feet pics.
Men or women. Binary, non-binary. I said binaries and non. Just
all of these.
Yeah, theys and thems, even better. Show them's feet, them's toes.
I'm just gonna get furry photos sent to my Discord now. Like, what the fuck?
I'm always here, just don't chat, cause I'm a drawn. One of my favorite artists, Wallop. Who's that? Wait, WLOP. Who's that? Why does that name sound familiar?
Oh, I'll show you.
Show me, please.
Fail.
One of my favorite artists, and his Instagram is nothing but amazing works, but I know for a fact that what he posts isn't what took the whole time he puts into his works. I'm applying to Apple as a retail worker. I want my discount, and they pay for my truck and public transportation for a free Metro card. Metro card, baby. Are you in the Jessames? You fucking NYC bound, baby? You would deserve that, Matt. Let's Instagram wallop.
Deserve what?
Feet pics and furry pics and sweaty belly buttons.
Sweaty buttons. Ooh, 1.3 mil. Wow.
Monkey chin.
Monkey cheeks.
Monkey cheeks.
That's me. Dude, these are hyper rendered.
Let me delete
Wow,
this
these-
bot real quick.
Man, I will say I'm looking at Wallop stuff right now. Man, you know, I'll show it on screen.
There we go.
This is not my cup of tea. I say that with admiration of this artist. Well, let me zoom in. I say this with complete admiration of this artist.
Wow, that's really nice.
This takes. There's no way you get to this caliber of rendering without putting a ass load of hours into this. This is not.
Oh, can you click on the one where she's sitting on the throne?
No, I can't because I'm not logged in.
Because you're not logged in. You're not logged
Yeah.
in. Shit. That's a really nice one. I like that one.
It is, but
Yeah,
look at all
I
that.
see it.
Look at all the detail on that metal.
That's a lot of fucking detail.
That is
Wow.
getting all those reflections. This is we're talking about maybe 80 hours of work, like, you know, 2 weeks straight, 8 hours a day, minimum putting into this. This is substantial. This work. I wonder if they did any, you know, I wonder if they did any photo bashing to kind of cut some time down. I mean,
I can tell because he posts time lapses of his paintings.
And what does he do? Does he do photo bash?
Let me see. I'm watching this live wallpaper.
Now.
Yeah, I would love to see the process behind
That's
this.
insane, man. That is crazy.
Let me see if I can find that throne piece if it has.
Yeah, I did give Marty the little bit of that K-pop twist. I did give him a little bit of that boy band cutie pie.
It does. It makes me feel like it's a. Do you ever watch the Goldbergs?
Sure, of course, dude.
With the video camera the way it is and everything, it reminds me of like the Goldbergs' take on Marty McFly when the kid played him in the episode.
Yes. What the fuck is his name? I remember.
Well, the character Christopher Lloyd, I actually think, was in that episode.
Goldberg's always makes me laugh because the kid that plays Adam Goldberg, they clearly got him from the Midwest because he's got a thick Midwestern accent. But
we know what's fucked up is the Jeff Ross left.
Wait, not Jeff Ross. You're talking about
or not Jeff Garland.
Jeff Garland. He left the show.
Yeah, so he left the show, and then it got renewed again. So basically, they're gonna probably end up killing him off in the season opener.
Oh, and what's Larry? What the hell's his name?
What, from Curb Your Enthusiasm?
No. Jeff. Well, he plays Jeff in Curb Your Enthusiasm. His name is the dad from the Goldbergs. There's Barry. There's Adam. Murray Goldberg.
I've never seen any of that shit.
I love. It's a good show, Nikki, but we'll see. Like,
I stopped watching it after like season 5 or 6.
Well, the last episode they had to like CGI his face onto somebody else because he had already left, and it was literally like his daughter's wedding. And throughout the whole episode, you saw like his face once, and it was CGI'd into somebody else. It was ridiculous.
I don't like when they do that. I think it's weird.
My favorite is one he made about a year or so back. It's a girl playing piano in a room with underwater behind her. It's incredible. I think he models it from scratch in 3D and then traces it and adds the proper lighting and painting he needs. Listen, man, that's impressive.
It's not the one I'm looking at, but something very similar. Let me see if there's because I think I've seen like a study video of his workflow. It kind of shows off the tricks he uses to make you think that it's more detailed than it actually is.
Well, I mean, listen, if you cut down on rendering time, why not, man? That's what a process.
Yeah, I have no gripe against it.
The only show I've been watching is Moon Knight, says Jessimus. Jessimus says, "You know I am. I live near you." Do you, Jess? Why do I not recall?
Why? I felt like he was more like in the Virginias area. Whoops.
Wait, which Jess?
The
midget one?
What?
No, that's just McAllister. That's Jess and Goop McAllister.
Goop.
And they live in upstate New York. They live close to Albany?
Faye?
No, Nyack, I think. No, Faye lives in Westchester, that area.
I don't know where Faye lives, so.
Westchester.
There you go. Westchester.
Nope, I'm born and
Mikey
raised in
Chan.
Queens. What the fuck?
Wow.
Just like me.
Say it again.
I'm just
like
you,
me.
You are bought and imported into Queens.
How dare you? I
Wow.
went to Forest Hills High School.
Bought and imported, really?
Yep.
I didn't even know Forest Hills had a high school.
You're adopted. Your parents don't even love you.
There it is.
Such a great sound effect for it. We love you, Mikey Chan.
I know.
Dick.
Nikki,
I know.
Nikki, how big is Chanel's boobs? C cup?
I don't know.
You didn't measure?
I don't ever look at Chanel's boobs.
Boo. I thought
There's
you said
a
she was
different
wearing
relationship.
I thought she was wearing a titty dress when you guys all went out.
No, I said she was wearing a dress and heels.
Oh, I thought it was a titty dress.
You wanted to be a titty dress.
I mean, sure. For the story.
For the story.
For the story.
Oh yeah, for the story I'm writing, see?
I'm writing a fucking full expose on fucking Chanel's tits.
Yep.
He doesn't have page 1 written. He's like, damn it, it's all conjecture.
It's all hearsay.
Oh my god.
Objection.
If I hear that fucking word one more time.
Maybe Jen knows. Jen, are you still in here? Jen, how big are Chanel's titties? Did you take note?
Did you take notes?
Matt's
She's
wife is
laughing
like
and I
a.
think typing right now.
Matt's wife is like
I
a.
love it.
A lady never tells. Oh man, she did
Ooh.
take notes. Like a journalist, like a
yeah.
real journalist on the ground.
Yeah, I forgot. That's right. She was wearing her trench coat and fedora, so she was in full detective mode.
Yeah, I have no recollection of that. I don't pay attention to that shit. However,
She's
I
in
did
the
go out yesterday for some brunch, and this one waitress was wearing a pretty nice skirt. I was like, "Hello, booty."
Damn. Nikki, is
Yeah,
it true
she
that you
had-
dropped your silverware just so you could try to sneak a peek?
Nah, I just bend over and do the thing. Just kidding. She
I
was
heard-
walking out. She was doing something, and I was like, "Nice." And then I moved on to my food.
I heard Nikki dropped her receipt in order so she could bend down and try to sniff this lady's butt.
Ew!
Wow.
That's
That's a
nasty.
new low.
Nikki,
You
come
know.
on. She's a real person.
We're better than animals, Nikki. Come on.
Okay, I guess I gotta. You know the way.
Speaking of booty, Nikki, how have your workouts been?
Fine, bail, just fine. We're upping up more of it. Joe's going back to bouncing for a little bit, and he started working out, and I was like, well, challenge accepted. I'm gonna do more. It's hard to like take before and after photos of your ass.
Have Joe do it.
Like, yeah, I probably should.
Have Jen
he
do it.
sucks at taking photos. They don't live that close, and
Oh.
everyone lives far. Yeah.
They
What
don't
if
live
Joe
cl-
got like all oddly artistic about it? And he's like, I like the way the light is on this angle. Turn more of this. And you're just like, you just, please?
I'd be like, can you take all my photos from here on out? Thanks.
I need new shots for the Twitch.
Oh,
Yeah, for
Jen
the Twitch.
says, we'll just say that Chanel is very blessed.
Yeah, you know
Oh,
what?
damn, Nikki. That's
Chanel
why.
and I went swimming together, and I never pay attention to her boobs because, like I said, we have a different
Because
relationship.
they were like flotation devices.
No, you know, like there's some friends that you're just like you'll check out, and then there's closer friends where you just like you think of them as like a sister or a brother or whatever. So you're just kind of like, oh, no thanks.
That's true.
What if she was wishing for you to compliment her on her physique?
I would have
Yeah.
Jen on speaker and be like, here you go.
Jen, give her the good news. Jen pulls up her notes and she's like, what?
Her notes, her little notebook from that day.
I
Yeah.
observed measurements of.
Jen's in the shadows. She's in the shadows of a parking garage giving you the skinny. She's deep throat, but with a.
Jen
You know,
Sinister.
You know, like in the horror movies where like they go back to previous scenes, she's just like always in the background,
Ew.
like looking at like Chanel's boobs for some reason. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the mask is just slowly gazing at Chanel's tits versus the fucking people who are dying.
Just a creepy scene of like Chanel's leaving the bathroom after a shower, and then the shower curtain moves and Jen comes out of this like this little corner, just like writing in a notepad.
Notepad out.
No,
She's-
I
she's
just
got a
picture.
little- She got a squeegee for her glasses.
I just picture the lady from fucking oh my god, from The Shining, just peeking you out from the corner of the bathtub,
Oh.
just being like,
It's all about research, though. She's a
Yeah.
there
detective.
she is.
She's basically Batman.
And the
for
notes
naked
just say
women.
tits.
Yeah, just like a crudely drawn boobs, just like they
Yeah,
look
like a stick,
kinda like
like a stick figure and like a couple of balloons on her chest. You pick up the
Oh
notes.
Jesus,
No-
Jennifer.
Nikki's
Jen was
like-
riled up today.
Nikki's like, man, these notes are very comprehensive, but it's the same notes that we we're just talking about.
Right,
I'm more
we're looking at,
concerned
like, a
about
stick
today's
figure.
notes.
It's like,
Right,
wow,
but
these
Jen-
just
notes.
like these are in depth. Great job.
Yeah.
Jen.
A plus. She
Yeah, I don't know.
did
Jen's
Ouija.
ridiculous today.
Maddie dressed up for Red Dead, and Jen had to change pantaloons.
Did you wear a cowboy hat?
I did.
He did
Ooh.
in a sleeveless shirt, or was it? It was sleeveless, right?
Yeah, I was full Larry the Cable Guy today.
Yeah, cowboy hats are dope if you can pull them off. Like, you know who could pull off a cowboy hat? Bard Ross. Yeah, Bard Ross. He cleans up nice.
He's from Texas too. I feel
He's
like
from
that, like,
Texas,
tracks.
so he's got that
How's he doing?
Stetson. Well, he's probably, you know, still working on becoming a doctor.
Busting his ass. Way to go,
Yeah.
Bard.
Yeah. So, yeah, I forgot that dress-up cowboy is, you know, so like the shiny cowboy boots and a suit with a bolo tie, classy.
Oh, I
And,
don't have all that.
Yeah, Matt said next time he's gonna wear assless chaps and spurs.
Which you'll never see anyways, because it's
No,
waist
not
out.
for us, for Jen.
Yeah, for the weird swingers party we go to.
There you go. Not at my house.
No, this is in the basement of a liquor store.
Can I show you one of my favorite artists besides Dan Mora? Bob Q, King of Masters. I mean, yeah, if you want to drop the link.
Drop the link. Do it.
KG.
She's like, oh Lord, I need the address.
Maddie. Mikey.
KG was chilling with us late night that other night.
She was.
Really?
KG was up late.
Well, to be
It wasn't
fair,
really
she was 2
late.
hours-
Don't
3
forget.
hours behind you,
She's
yeah.
3 hours behind you. So it was probably like, oh, this is the perfect time.
Yeah, we were all like Mike's like, shit, it's 2 a.m. KG's like, it's 11.
Yeah, KG's just getting the party started.
Mm-hmm.
All right, she's just opened that little airplane bottle-sized bottle of schnapps.
Yeah, she's only
Peach
just sent
schnapps.
her drug dealer that image of
Hey, get on camera.
snowflakes.
The text of where you at?
WYD. Yeah,
Ooh.
King of Master.
You son of a bitch. I saw Austin in here. I miss him.
What's
Yeah.
inspiring?
Ooh, that's nice
this
and clean.
This current thing you're doing, Mike. Here, what's this? X-Men?
Close. This is
It's
a.
funny that it's say
Yeah.
that.
It's My Hero Academia, which is
Okay.
inspired by American comics. It's a manga anime. I like this guy's clean work, man. King of Master, it's good. I'm liking a bunch of these posts, so it ends up on my feed again. Really good, nice, clean. Oh, they could paint too. Excellent. Yeah, so My Hero Academia, I dig this anime. And hilariously, My Hero Academia is doing better than Marvel and DC. I mean, that is the understatement of the year. My Hero Academia is like
Yeah.
one of the best-selling books ever.
Oh, fuck. Yup.
Been the best-selling superhero book for the past, I don't know how many years.
Oh yeah,
With One Punch Man being a close second.
yeah, no,
And
absolutely
then
leaving,
it's everyone else.
yeah, leaving Marvel and DC in the dust completely. Oh wait, so Nikki, what game were you playing today?
Golf.
With friends?
Golf it and golf with your friends. I'm kind of doing more games where I don't have to think. I started some courses to get, you know, bump up my career and get some certificates in. So most of my time, if not during work, I'm giving myself a couple hours after. So I don't really have a schedule. It's kind of based off of Matt's now, so that way I can join his or he can join mine or whatever. So today I was like, you know, I am not available tomorrow, but I'm available today, and I don't want to do anything, but I don't mind hanging out with friends, so let's golf. It's one of those games that you kind of have to think, but not really, and you could just completely fuck up or just
No
actually
matter what
play.
you say about golf, I always think it's among the most retarded sports.
Hey man, there wouldn't be an Arnold Palmer beverage without golf.
Nikki Palmer.
Matty cakes.
There he is.
Mike, you gonna join us for Warzone Thursday?
Yes. There we go.
Oh man, you know what? I do want to give it a go. It's been a while.
Dude, it'll be at nighttime, and do I have anything planned on
Yeah, 8
Thursday?
p.m.
Usually
your
it's
time.
date night. I'll pop in for a little bit just to see the shit. I must say, and still to this day, and I will forever be thankful for Michael for dealing with my stupid ass trying to play Call of Duty on PlayStation for the first time.
Listen, Team
Dude, I was
Deathmatch is about getting your
so
ass
bad.
kicked, and
So
listen, it's about griefing other players, and it's about losing your temper at the game yourself. So you're never too inexperienced to scream and be mad at Call of Duty.
I was the worst, but it was really fun playing with Mikey and like some other friends. I really did enjoy that time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, why not download Warzone? It's been forever for me.
It's only like 120 gig.
I should try to get on tonight and see what that looks like.
We're playing Sea of Thieves on Wednesday.
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves, man.
Teven left and right. Sea of Thieves, man. I'm still. Nikki bought me that game, so I owe her some game time.
Yeah, there's some more art, whatever.
Right, that's true.
I love your shit, bro.
One of the rare times I went to a Starbucks, I got my lady friend's number. I got my lady friend's number by drawing her at a coffee shop.
Ooh.
Which Starbucks did you go to? There's a... Let's see, if you're in Queens, depending on where, if you're in northeastern Queens, there's two by Main Street. There's one in Bayside. There's one in Little Neck. There's yeah, there's one in
Little Neck.
Yeah, there's one in the
Mike's
Forest
gonna
Hills
map
area.
out like where they possibly could live by what Starbucks
Yes.
is and bodegos they go to.
It was in Bayside. Yes, I see.
Niam.
21 months of John Amore.
Niam.
John Amore, aka Mr. Sex. There he is.
You know, John hangs out in my channel sometimes just to see where you're at, and then he leaves. That little fucker.
He's Mr. Pinoy. John,
Hi, John.
I wish you lived here so I could talk plants with your lady.
It's cute. The last couple times, anytime he'll hang out for a little bit, but on days you're streaming, he's like, "Did Mike stream?" He'll check in on you.
Yeah, he's
I don't know,
openly
this-
put in the chat like, "Forget about you, Nick. I'll see you later."
Like, I just want to know where Mike's at. Okay, bye.
Can you stop talking about whatever the fuck you're talking about? Just tell
He
me.
pops in just so I can do the exclamation point UA, and then he leaves.
Damn, that's harsh.
Give me the shout out.
John.
John
I love
Amore. There he is. There's our boy Johnny.
One more.
Workhorse.
Yeah. I keep getting my updates on Kickstarter. I'm excited, my friend.
Yeah, I'm excited for that book to come too.
I'm better excited. I'm more excited. than
Yeah,
you.
Nikki's more excited. Talk plants and braid John's curls. Has John's curls ever been braided, Nikki?
No, didn't we agree that every time he like ejaculates, they curl on their own?
Yeah, like little springs.
Yeah, they're like, ding, and they go. Boop, 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 all over.
Boing.
Yeah, there you go. Boing. Don't we have that?
Wow,
Is that boing on here?
that's interesting.
There you go. Perfect.
Mike, if we live close, I'd be over for games and pizza all the time. You know, I was literally just playing a memes board game just the other day. It was like a what's that meme? Something like that.
What do you mean?
Yes, except I got the not safe for work cards and I swapped them out for the regular cards, so they were extra
Fun.
disgusting.
Is that a fun game? I keep playing Cards Against Humanity, but I feel like What Do You Mean would be fun to play with friends.
Yes, it is. It's very much like Cards Against Humanity, but with pictures, and I think, you know, even maybe even
that'd be
raunchier stuff.
Ooh, I should get that for August then. I feel like that'd be a fun game to play.
The only book I bought recently was something is Killing the Children. I haven't heard of it. Is it good? John Moore, do you know this character? John probably knows this character. John loves this series. John's probably drawn
like
porn
the,
of this character.
I like the hair. Looks very like full and lispy at the end.
Is this the Wind Girl with the tits? It is, dude. Hottest girl in My Hero Academia, man. Najiri Hado of the big three. Nikki, do you have how come you don't have a Midwestern accent? Thick. Does Joe have one? Joseph?
What's
lover?
a Midwestern accent sound like?
It sounds like you're from Canada almost.
You hater.
What? I don't know, man.
I think Mount Lady's the hottest girl. Mount Lady and
Do you have a Midwestern accent, Matt?
Momo.
Yeah, it'll come out.
Momo. I would say
randomly, really.
I think Midnight's hotter than
What word?
Momo. Although Momo's pretty good. Yeah, what about you?
Sometimes, I don't know, like, Jen will catch me up with it, make fun of me for it.
Really? Oh, I'm interested.
I'm on the red hair train of Hado. Oh, Kendo, sorry.
Oh, damn. Yoji's throwing fire at Nikki.
I'm yelling at him via chat. Yoji, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Every time I want to talk shit to somebody, I'm just like, hi, I hope you're good.
Yoji. Somebody said they were chatting with Elizabeth, our puzzle friend. Somebody said they were chatting with her about plants in Michael Mega stream.
What is up, John?
Someone told me I sound Italian Brooklyn accent while I'm German Irish. That rabbit girl is a good one too. Oh yeah, that's right. Bill, how come you didn't mention your rabbit girl?
Rabbit girl?
Yeah.
Probably because it's 3 AM and I forgot about Mirko.
Oh.
Yeah, Bill loves a furry.
No, I love 6 eyes. What the fuck? this is slander.
He loves his milkshakes extra thick.
I like my women like I like my oatmeal. Thick.
Hey, John Amore, how's your woman?
Oof. That's a bad analogy, buddy.
Like I like my oatmeal white.
Jesus.
Oh, wow.
This is outrageous.
You must be doing some plain ass oatmeal.
White.
It's got a lot of milk in that oatmeal.
It's too much, probably.
The oats just float. They're not even absorbed.
Ew!
John, just because I
Oat cereal.
John, just because I have a prog book, it doesn't mean I'm a Froppy fan.
Oh man.
My favorite female in My Hero Academia only shows up for 3 chapters and is no more. She has the most overpowered quirk.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Warm and lumpy. That's an interesting way to describe oatmeal. Warm and lumpy.
I think it's worn down. It is on cooldown. That's so gross, John. But kudos, my friend. Kudos.
John goes to a diner and he's like, I'd like oatmeal. Warm and lumpy, please.
The lumpier the better.
Yeah.
1 oatmeal, extra chunky.
Yeah. Oh, you want the special, honey? 1 lumpy oatmeal coming up. What if it's on the menu? I want to place what if I ever have a restaurant, we're gonna have
Warm
oatmeal,
and
it's gonna
wumpy.
be warm and wumpy.
Womp and womper.
Oh god.
Who knew they had
John.
oatmeal in the Philippines?
You freak. Mike.
Mike, is it just some like what is this concoction you have? Oatmeal?
I like it.
It's so warm and lumpy.
I'm sad that some places don't have milk. Like where?
Are you referring to like the shortages?
He's talking about Nikki's breasts. He wished she was bulbous.
Me
with
too,
milk.
baby. Me too.
Yeah.
Hello, give me a warm. What is that? Oatmeal?
He's gone
John.
he just went full creepy now.
Yep.
You just went full
Yep. Soon he'll be asking you for photos of your feet.
Sorry,
And
Banzi. I unfortunately can't provide.
I never thought to order milk at a restaurant. I'm not gonna lie. I've never been like,
No.
some milk sounds great with this steak.
Yeah, no. Milk steak. That's right.
Excuse me,
All
sir.
right,
What
friends.
type of wine would you like today? We have a great. No, sir. I'd like
Are
a
you-
glass of milk.
Are you leaving us, Bale?
Bale.
Yes, it's 3 a.m. It's time to go to bed.
I'm glad I was able to say hello. I hope you have a great night. Go to bed.
I gotta be suffering because it's fucking hot as hell.
You don't have AC over there?
Not in this apartment, buddy.
Are you sleeping naked?
Of course.
Oh. Well, on
Why is
that
that
note,
even a
He can't fall
question?
asleep unless his balls are on silk sheets, Nikki.
I don't. Fancy.
They call him. That's what they
Hey,
call him.
you
you
Satin.
gotta go back to streaming earlier, like you did.
Yeah.
Not
No,
last week, but the week before that.
yes, you're right. I liked streaming earlier. It nice. It nice. It feel nice. 9 p.m. here. It is 9 p.m. It's 4 a.m.
Yeah,
here, says
yeah,
Rip.
I'm living in the past, yo.
Bale's got nothing but the radio on. It's something that I've always liked since I was a kid.
Stupid.
Banzi, describe to me what Brazilian milk is like.
All right, I'm gonna jump off. I don't know if I'll be back by the time you're done. I know you've been going about 3 hours, but go hang out with the lady friend.
Tell Jen I said hello. Tell her great
The
night.
Mike says
wife?
hello, Jen. I told her.
She knows.
Yeah, we're gonna go have some white oatmeal.
Is she
Off each other's bellies.
would she
Oh,
ever dress
Jesus.
up like Arthur Morgan?
I don't think so. Probably not.
Maddie,
What about
I think it's not a fantasy of mine.
what about John what's his face?
put your cowboy hat on when you get off.
John Marston? No,
Yeah.
I don't really. I doubt it. I hope not. Like with a fake like grease beard and everything. Like what the fuck?
Matt, it's me, Arthur Morgan.
Hey, how's it going? Coming to bed, are you? I was. I'm gonna sleep in my chair. Take a load off. No, I'm good. I'm good, thanks.
Matthew, it's me. I got these notes I want you to read.
Should I take my shirt off? No. No. I mean, wash the face off first. Can't do it. Sorry. Oh, that's a nightmare. Just waiting to happen now.
Well, now she knows what to do. She's already buying the fake beard as we speak.
She's in the mirror like she's fighting a war in a jungle somewhere, just putting it on in the darkness.
She's bought the cowboy hat and she's got the straight razor blade. She's gonna pretend like she's shaving old school.
God, that's haunting. I hope that doesn't happen. I just walk into the bathroom and she's shaving her fake grease beard. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Have you lost it? Get out! Occupado!
Just wait till she starts spitting, you know? When
Oh.
she starts chewing.
She's got a
She got a little
fucking
spittoon.
small little...
She got a little spittoon.
Ting! Where the fuck did you get a spittoon? Home Goods? Oh. No shit, huh?
One of us gotta clean out this spittoon, and it ain't me.
Oh, I don't chew. Yeah. Ting! I do. Ah, alright. New life, I guess, huh? Alright,
okay,
gentlemen
enjoy.
and lady fellers.
Enjoy you and your Arthur Morgan time with your lady.
Yeah. I have to scrub that image from my head now. I'm gonna have to be like, just talk in a very high-pitched voice from now on,
Yeah,
please.
it's gonna be, when she gets sentimental too. Am I a good man? She'll turn to you and say,
Tell me, have I done wrong to you? No, you stop talking to me like that. What's your problem, baby? Please stop. It's enough. It's scary.
I've known I've done a
get what
bad thing a
happened
time or
between
two,
us.
but
I may not be a good person, but I'm not evil. Like nobody said you were. Stop talking like that.
yeah, when she starts waxing poetic as Arthur Morgan, that's really when your relationship's gonna hit the next level.
Just right as I wake up in the morning, lovely. Stop. For some reason, 6:45 in the morning, full grease paint and beard already applied. Just morning.
I'm up with the sun.
Stew's on. Stew? What? 6:45. It's ready. All right. Have a good night,
All right.
everybody.
Good night, Matt. Oh,
Bye.
Liz, the tree whiz is here. Hello, little Liz. Liz wants me to posture, done, and hydrate. Let's do it. Nikki, you should give yourself a shout out. I'll do it. Nobody should have to shout themselves out. That's just rude.
It is a little rude. I never did.
Nope, it didn't finish.
What? That's not me.
It didn't finish. Usually I just hit the tab button and it just fills out. There it is.
Me. Thank you.
Amber Heard spoiled Aquaman 2. She did? Holy
What a
shit.
dick.
She's such a dick. Dude, did you see the witness they had on stage today? On stage.
No.
I mean, it is a stage. It was a psychiatrist that was giving it was a psychiatrist that was providing testimony as to like Johnny Depp's personality stuff. But then lo and behold, you find out he never actually met Johnny Depp. And one of his opinions was that Johnny Depp was an idiot. He said that in like a deposition. He called him an idiot. And then Johnny's lawyers were tearing his ass up. He was like, it was
Dude, Camille.
He was like
Fucking
it wasn't
firecracker.
Camille, it was actually this other dude. Not the main guy, but like a different dude.
A
He was
different
like-
one?
Yeah, he's like so
I can't keep count.
He's like, so is it your professional opinion to call clients idiots, or is that? He's like, I didn't say that, and then he started getting hostile. He started like yelling and scrapping with that with the lawyer.
Whoa.
It was he analyzed Depp based on his performance in Pirates of the Caribbean, right, Yoshi? What the fuck is? It's a fucking kangaroo court, man. Dude, I'm
It
so
is.
glad.
What trash, bro.
I'm so glad that Depp has managed to clear his name. Because even at this point, even if he loses, I mean, anybody. I have yet to meet a single person who's on Team Heard or like who believes what she's saying.
And
Because
now, what KG was saying earlier, and I saw this earlier too, is Kate Moss is testifying against Amber Heard now too.
Yes, because
And
Amber
I'm
Heard
just
brought
like,
her up.
Because she's a moron.
She's so stupid, dude.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Amber Heard brought up false allegations that were disproven ages ago that Depp had pushed Kate Moss down the stairs. And for some reason, Amber Heard brought this up in trial. And when you do that, it allows the defense, or the plaintiff rather, it allows them to call that witness up for like you brought up them under while you're under oath on trial.
Right.
Now they get to bring them up to since you talked about them, they get to show up. So she's going to be Skyping in, I think, Thursday. Kate Moss is showing up to tell that Amber Heard is making up more lies on the stand. Camille can get it. Dude, Camille and Johnny have a very... Like, I've seen photos of her, like, putting her hand on his arm and like, getting him to crack up. And, like, them two chatting. They're definitely not banging because that'd be crazy. But man, if they started banging after the case, I wouldn't be surprised. Super curious if Depp will do music more than movies now. Well, he did say
I would go see his fucking concert.
he did say under oath he wouldn't do another Pirates movie for what was it, $100 million and 1,000 out. No, what was it, 300 million?
I thought it was 300 million, man.
It was
He
300 million.
Doubled, tripled it.
It was 300 million and alpacas and like and 1,000 alpacas, something ridiculous like that.
They were trying to confirm, like, was it true that Disney tried to offer that to him, and he fucking lost his shit. I was he couldn't keep his straight face.
What's
Well-
important too is that this makes every trigger happy Me Tooer think twice, even retroactively. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Amber Heard decided to ride that movement, decided to piggyback her own selfish, nefarious goals on the back of a movement full of actual victims. So many people gave her the benefit of the doubt, because what monster would do a thing like that so publicly? What absolute lunatic would hitch their horse to actual victims of, assault and all other kinds of horrible things for their own clout and self-aggrandizement? What psychopath would do that? Well, apparently the same psychopath would shit on your bed. Let's see, John Moore dropped a link. Where does this link go? Chris Hardwick watching the Amber Heard trial, right? My favorite part of the whole case is the mega pint of wine meme and her pooping on the bed. I like how under her testimony she tried to blame it on the dogs again. Again, they are like 4-pound teacup of Yorkies. Where'd Liz go? She was just here.
Elizabeth.
My favorite part of the whole case is the mega pint in the line. She could have walked away with 7 million tax free. She could have and should have walked away with 7 million. She should have just taken it and shut the hell up. But it wasn't. She wanted more. She wanted notoriety. She wanted to be the center of attention. She wanted, and it worked. By the way, she got to be the hero for quite some time. She got offered role after role. She became the ambassador for a bunch of different organizations. She became the face of what it means to be a survivor. Yeah, her status went up and up and up and up, while his was in the gutter, because she was able to, quite frankly, pull the wool over everyone's eyes. Because again, it was of a time where people were way more inclined to just outright believe victims, because that's kind of the kinder thing to do. I mean, not me, because I'm an asshole, and well, I believe innocent until proven guilty. Everyone deserves their day in court, but the vast majority of people took her side out of hand, because again, it would take a complete lunatic to try to do something like that. Anyway, I'm very curious to see how this turns out. I wonder, because we all could sit here and pontificate and talk about how crazy she is and how bad it looks, but we are not in the jury, man. We don't know what they're thinking. We don't know everything that they've seen. We don't know who these people are. You never know, man. You never know. Look at the look at the OJ trial. They found him not guilty. In the end, they still can lose, and that's crazy to me. Yeah. Well, listen, the bar was very high, him going in. Going in, he had to prove that it was a direct, his career was directly hit by her op-ed. And he had to prove that, one, the op-ed was about him, which I think he did. But the jury might say otherwise. The op-ed was about him. It was defamatory. It cost him however many millions in loss, and that it was completely untrue. So he had to then prove, and still has to prove, that he caused no abuse to her whatsoever throughout their entire marriage. Which again is really, that's a lot. I think it might even be too high a bar. Easy to miss. And I could see a jury saying, you know, not necessarily siding with Heard, but you know, siding with that his lawyers didn't prove what they needed to prove, right? Because even him proving that she is in fact a abuser, which I believe she is, and well, I don't believe, she quite factually is, because of the two of them, the only one to outright confess to a physically harming the other was her, multiple times by her own words on record. But again, that's not what the case is about. The case isn't about whether or not she was a violent person, which she clearly is. But that's not the case. The case is all around this article. You know, how defamatory it was, how it affected his thing, and also how it was false. And that's a lot, man. That burden of proof is high. So if the jury didn't side with him, or rather his lawyers, you know, I could see it happening. I would completely disagree, but Heard's lawyers are walking memes. They are. Oh, somebody tagged me on the Discord. I like your shirt. I like your shirt, Nikki. What's that from?
I don't know. That's how I feel today, though. Nope.
No, Nikki G.
Mikey, I'll be back. I'm gonna grab some water.
Nikki
More of
G's
that in my life right now.
Nikki
But-
G's nuts.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I just got tangled.
Nikki's choking herself out for sexual gratification. All right, now we come in here and we close up some of these lines, baby. We close up some, and you know, we shorten this arm a little bit. Arm's a little bit big. Shoulder bit big. So I went to a K-pop concert with my lady friend on Saturday at Radio City. Is she Korean? It was a good time, even though I only know 4 songs. One of my tickets for Electric Forest is in the mail, and I'm really excited, but only one of my tickets is in the mail. Well, it looks like you're going by yourself, Liz. When is the forest? And also, do you have your outfit picked out? Or outfits, rather.
Hello.
Did you remember to wipe?
I went to get water.
Sure. Sure you did.
It's right here. Look, nice and cold in my little elephant cup.
Nikki's holding up a jar of piss right now.
A jar. An Amber Heard. A jar.
A mason jar full of it.
I hate her.
It's very clear,
Hi,
though.
Liz. Yeah. That stuff's good water.
What kind of purifier do you have?
I got one of those Brita pictures.
Yeah, Britters. Sure.
Britters. So we take the water filtered from the refrigerator and put it in there for like double, triple filtration.
Yeah, you should get one of those meters. I have a water reading meter that lets me know how many like particulates and shit are in my water.
It still sounds the same, Liz. I thought about it, but I'm scared. Our water sucks over here.
Yeah,
Liz, I love you.
They give you a
You're
free
gorgeous. I can't wait to see you and hug you.
They give you a free one when you have the zero water filter. Like one thing that's awesome about the zero water filter is, and I thought that they were bullshit, because you know so many companies, you know, they're full of crap with their marketing.
Right.
They're like zero you're gonna get zero stuff in your water. It's like, fuck off. But they put their money where their mouth is. They actually include a little water reader in their packaging. So what you do is you take it, you plunk it down into the water, and then you just read it. And sure enough, I measured the tap water, and the tap water had whatever the fuck in it. And then I measured my old filter's water, and then my old filter water had less crap in it than than the tap itself, but it still had shit in it, and it read that much. The reader actually worked. It was the real deal. And then I put the water through the zero filter, and it showed 0 particulates and whatever the hell else.
Wow.
So it actually, shockingly enough, the damn thing did what it said it did. And it was a 0 filter with 0 crap. So Liz is going to Electric Forest, and it's exactly in a month. And Liz has got her outfits all prepared. Nikki, have you seen Liz's outfits?
I don't know if I've seen those outfits, but I have seen outfits, and hubba hubba.
Wait, I haven't seen any outfits. Nikki, describe them to me.
Sucks to be you. I don't know. She's got she's hot. You're cute and beautiful and hot, and she's got really just these different, I don't know how to explain these different dresses or outfits that she finds that she just puts on, and she's just like, here I am. I'm just like, hey.
Damn.
So, and those outfits aren't they're not for, or at least I'm assuming they're not for Electric Forest, because I feel like you're more of a no, I feel like the other ones are a little bit more colorful and fun, so I'm excited to see those outfits for sure.
2 concerts. I'm going into Coldplay in June at MetLife Stadium and Gorillaz in October, which is hype. Nice. Good for you, Jess. Jess is dating a Korean woman. Good for you. How Korean is she? Was she born there like Yoji? But Yoji's practically fully Americanized at this point. Is she is she from over there? Is she born and raised over here? Okay, I need coffee. Get your coffee. I haven't shown you yet, Nikki, but I will. They are see-through spicy bodysuit type things with fishnets and pasties.
I'm ready for it, Liz.
Nikki's body's ready. Nikki's about to lay a towel down for when you show her this.
ShamWow. Get it right.
Nikki is gonna dress up like Billy Mays for the ShamWow.
I'm gonna dress up like a tent.
She was born there and came to America for school. How long has she been here? And you say you picked up a Korean woman off the street just like that in New York City? This dude is hanging out like the hottest K-Town shop. Just waiting. Just waiting for one Korean person to look his way. I wonder if you guys hang out in my neck of the woods, because I'm over in Flushing. And, dude, you can't spit over here without hitting a Korean person. Some excellent neighborhood food around these parts.
What's going on with my camera or light?
I got lucky. Nikki is not allowed to hang out with Toxic anymore. I was in Flushing for ramen. Ooh la la. Yesterday. Yeah, that's my neck of the woods, baby. That's my neck of the woods. Oh, I got some new plants in case Liz is still in earshot. I got some, not alocasia, but I got some of their cousins, the cloacacia. I don't know if I said that right. Nikki.
Yes.
These are tropical plants from Asia. Parts of Asia, the tropical kind. I wonder if they're close to John's neck of the wood. I actually have a Filipino plant, or a plant from the Philippines. It's a type of alocasia. I think it's called the crisp plant. I'm actually planting a couple of my cuttings right now and watering my pumpkins. What cuttings are you planting? Oh, to be able to plant the thing outdoors.
I want pumpkins.
Kyushu 3526 Farrington Street. Huh, you know what? I've never been there. Nikki wants pumpkins. Sorry for ambushing you the other day, but it was kind of funny. You ambushed me? What'd you do? Oh, on the voice chat? Oh, Friday night or whenever we were on. I left it open. I think, yeah, Gers, was that you that came by in the voice chat? We were having a blast. Just us girls.
Baby. Spider plants.
Yo, I got my spider plant to flower. I did not even know that spider plants could fucking flower. And, actually, yeah, my first spider plant, I made it give up that fucking pollen, Nikki, which is essentially like being able to make your plant squirt, is what I did.
Oh my god! No. No.
Do you think Liz is gonna squirt while she's at the electric show?
Listen, you can't ask me questions about Liz.
I mean, not by herself. I'm assuming, her husband will be involved. Clearly.
Listen.
I also dragged a friend to help me move one of my trees as well. Ooh la la. Blue bonnet flower is only one I like at the moment. John's taking notes now.
Yeah, I don't know.
John's
Liz
wife is
special human.
a plant collecting lady. John hates plants, but his wife, she's got a healthy collection there. She's got a plant that I wish John were close enough for me. I would pay John's lady for a cutting of, I think she has either a Monstera albo or a Monstera Thai constellation, which are both very hard to get, very expensive plants. Even like getting a node of those plants is going to set you back maybe even a couple $100 depending. John's wife has got one. I would definitely toss him some cash for cutting, or even a chunk, even like a unrooted node I'd pay. Which plant?
The one with the leaves? Stupid.
Yeah, the one with the fenestrated leaves and the variegation. Mike, when are you going to visit John? In the Philippines? Probably never. But
yeah, Mike's not allowed there.
Yeah, not after what happened. Not again.
Not again. Ooh.
Nikki just wrote down Liz and squirting, and put a heart next to it.
Liz, don't listen to him.
I'm more likely to visit New York. I mean, I wouldn't mind going to Manila, but John isn't even over there. John's like way north. So even if I went there, he wouldn't be there. He'd be elsewhere. John's in the deep, deep jungle of the Philippines. Oh, I hate Manila. See? And squirting. Mike would have nothing to do over here. I heard my name, says Liz. Wait, Liz, do people, I'm not saying you specifically, but do people like do sex stuff at the electric show? Is that a thing, Nicole? Nikki's doing research. She's Googling.
Oh no, I gotta go.
Hello?
Hey, look who it is. Speaking of sex stuff, look who it is.
Wait, what did I walk into?
Speaking of squirting, gotta go.
Oh shit.
Nikki was talking about Liz squirting at a
I was
EDM
not.
show.
Tell me more.
Yeah. Listen, if you're not going to squirt at an EDM show, does it even count as you going?
Like you're talking about festivals in general, sex stuff.
Yeah, people bang at festivals, right? All that MDMA in the air.
Porta potties.
Oh, the porta
By
potties.
trees.
That is raunchy, man. Porta party. I thought bar bathrooms were
Seen
rough.
it all, man.
Damn.
I mean,
Dude.
people will bang anywhere they're horny.
That's true.
This is.
I think there's more restrictions now, but
'Cause
when
of
I
COVID.
raved back in my day,
Aw.
Yeah, meet old Eric back in the porta potties.
no.
He was the
That's-
true
you-
one.
No, you gotta be really fucked up to do that.
Eric Bodum
Like
pioneered
within an hour, you shouldn't go into a porta potty at a festival.
Drugs, a lot of sex, fingering and kissing is definitely a thing. Like, I mean, I would be surprised. Manila is like LA if you lived. Manila's like LA if you lived in a nice place like the Pacific Northwest. Oof. The good old back pussy hook. Did you invent that, Skullbash? He called it the Haitian grab.
You're so stupid.
I'm gonna pick the fireman carry, John.
Bridle unless they refuse to leave. Wait, so Liz, what outfit is your husband gonna wear? Is he also gonna be wearing pasties?
Oh, this is going to an EDM show?
Yeah, she's doing a festival with her lover. And
Nice.
she's wearing pasties. She says she's not gonna squirt at the event, but perhaps her husband will. I guess Liz is gonna see what that bussy do. Right, Nikki? Nikki's not amused.
What? That was I clipped you calling it the Haitian grab.
Nikki's over here looking like Mexican Christina Ricci in the video feed.
She does look like Christina Ricci.
I
Holy
know.
shit. Excuse me.
Where you going there, buddy?
Buddy.
I'm gonna get my food.
Oh, I want to.
There is
What are you
pasties
eating?
you could wear with your man's face on them. He doesn't really have anything planned. Probably just some tanks. He should show up in a three-piece suit while you're in your pasties.
Fucking Corey. Was that? Oh, it
No, it
was
was
Jimbo
Yoji.
this time. Yoji! So used to it being Corey.
Hey, has anybody seen Everything Everywhere All at Once? I was talking about earlier with Bale. An excellent film. I just saw it yesterday. He doesn't really have... Michelle Yeoh knocks it out of the fucking park. I would put her acting on par with Meryl Streep or any of her critically acclaimed peers. Might find him... Saw it last week. Yoj, what'd you think? Might find him some cool shirts while we are there. My brother found some really cool stuff last time. I saw Doctor Strange recently, which I liked. Me too. Actually, maybe I could see Doctor Strange again this weekend. Wish you guys were here. I'd take you with me. We get popcorn.
Oh man, this food's so good. You talking
What
about?
do you?
Talking about seeing Doctor Strange with everybody, it'd be nice. If I could.
Eh.
Oh, it's fun. It's a fun one.
It's alright. Just doesn't. It's not consistent with the rest of the MCU stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I think we're all in consensus that Phase 4 has been all over the place. And I think it was in hindsight, looking at Phase 4, I think it was just an unfortunate series of events. So you had in the same time Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans leaving, along with Scarlett Johansson, just kind of aging out and just being disinterested in the franchise. So again, that's the bulk of the Avengers. That's like the whole main squad is gone. At the same time, you have them coming off a huge event, a 10-year building event done. So they've got nothing on the horizon. They essentially have to start from scratch. Then you've got Chadwick Boseman pass away, and he was supposed to kind of take up the mantle. So Chadwick Boseman dies, tragically, rest in peace. And then after that, Sony decides to, this is like 2019 now, Sony takes away Spider-Man. Spider-Man and T'Challa both were going to have very, very, very prominent roles in the future because they were Avengers that people love. These are, billion-dollar franchises between the two of them, both gone. So now, at the time, before Sony and Marvel reached another agreement, but even then, it's very tentative because there's both competing movie studios. And then on top of all that, COVID hits. In the middle of all these plans. So now every fucking thing has to be rearranged. Things are cut short. WandaVision isn't like filmed the way it was supposed to. Everything is up in the air. It's a giant nightmare. And when you look at it the Marvel Cinematic Universe from behind the scenes with all that turmoil happening in the span full of years, you realize, holy shit. It's a miracle they were able to pull off anything even remotely enjoyable with all that chaos. So yes, it's been a meandering, directionless, hit or miss fest these last couple of years of the MCU, or specifically Phase 4. I personally have faith that they'll be able to get their bearings and come back strong, but who knows? They're still better than fucking DC, churning out shit after shit after shit. More often, again, for every Joker, for every Suicide Squad, you have got Suicide Squad.
I feel like COVID could have been the best outcome for them to kind of go dormant for a while and not really continue feeding the machine, thinking like whatever you produce is going to be great. If you were to just, kind of wait it out, things are slowly but surely getting back to somewhat of quote unquote normalcy. Why rush it? You know what I mean? Like, they could have set this up so well to have Secret Wars and multiple series and all these different properties coming in with their acclamation of Fox and everything. So it's just like, not Fox, the X-Men.
Yes. That's
pretty much
owned by Fox.
Do they still own it? Or?
No, previously owned.
Yeah, so it's like, you have this great, like you said, it's great 10 years of Avengers, the character building. You should just leave with that. Like, I felt like the last Avengers film was a nice, all right, I'm satisfied, I'm full, I just ate.
Right. Yes.
I got my little chocolate with my as dessert after dinner, and yeah, I'm good. I welcome everything else, but I don't really care for it. If that makes sense. Like,
well, no, nor should you, because let's be honest, nobody really gave a fuck about Endgame until it was right there. And you think about Endgame, and you're like, all of the movies that it took that had nothing to do with the overarching plot, especially in the beginning, the first Thor, first Cap, first Iron Man, they don't start getting on that ball rolling until maybe Guardians, which is after Avengers. Like, they started sprinkling that stuff in after the fact, after many movies. But what they did is they made you give a shit about the individual characters, and then they were able to slowly build up to a bigger threat. And essentially now they're started from scratch, even less than scratch, based on everything that happened. And you know what? It's just Phase 4 versus Phase 1, Phase 1, you had Iron Man, you know? Captain America was okay, Thor 1 was ass, Incredible Hulk was ass. Well, you know, when you break it down like that, you know, when you break down with the first 4 movies of introductory movies in Phase 1, when you compare that to the introductory movies of Phase 4, like Shang-Chi, Eternals, Black Widow introducing the new Black Widow, nah.
Oh, you didn't like the new Batman, Jess? That was great.
Dude, I thought the new Batman was excellent.
But I'm like oversaturated of Batman. I'm tired of his ass.
I'm a little tired of, I'm a little tired of Joker.
That too, yeah.
I could truly do without them adding another Joker movie. I hope they don't. I hope they kind of skip it. I really, for those of you who don't know, who watched the Batman movie, they had actually cast a Joker in the Batman movie. Not only they casted him, they filmed him. There's a whole scene in the Batman where the Riddler and Batman and the Joker have a full 5-minute interaction with one another. But it's kind of overdone. Thor 1 and 2 were terrible. Exactly, Yoji. They were terrible. Ragnarok was good, but a lot of hardcore Thor nerds did not like Ragnarok because they didn't like how jokey I think Thor was. They didn't like how comical it was. But my take on it is, first off, this is the MCU. So comedy is going to be the name. That's kind of the name of the game. Aside from that, though, they tried serious Thor and it didn't work. They tried it twice and it was shit. Shakespearean Thor just wasn't working. It wasn't what they wanted for the character, and it would have just, if they'd done that again, it would have absolutely lost the money. Michael, have you seen the deleted scene? Which one? Is there another deleted scene?
The Joker, the one you were just talking about.
Hey, Tuwoke.
Did you already spoil Doctor Strange yet? Or
no, we haven't spoiled it yet. I don't think. But if you want to, does anybody? Hang on, let's ask. Has anybody not seen it and doesn't want to be spoiled? I mean, so many days have gone by, man. If you haven't seen it by now, dude, I feel like you don't get to. I feel like at what point do you have to be like, oh, I'm just not gonna see it. There are three deleted scenes that come with the Blu-ray of the Batman. Oh, Kennedy was at MegaCon this last weekend.
Yeah, I was supposed to go.
What happened?
I wasn't feeling too well.
Oh no.
And I didn't want to drive 4 hours to go up there.
4 hours? Oh yeah, that's right. Orlando versus Miami.
Yep. And I had just come back from Orlando a week and a half ago.
You weren't feeling good because of the monkeypox?
No. No, I was just tired and haven't been sleeping well.
Hush is the only villain I want to see in live action. As long as they don't fuck it up like they did in the animated movie, I would be down to see Hush. But what they did with the animated movie with Hush was unforgivable. Yeah, that and the Killing Joke, what they did with that was also awful. Sometimes, man, DC used to have a really badass animation studio, and then, again, they fell off.
Is there a story team that's messing up?
I heard Love and Robots is back.
Yeah, that's really good. I saw that.
Is it back? Can you watch it right now?
Yeah, I actually watched it Thursday night when it premiered at 3 a.m.
Did you get through all of it?
Yep. It's only 7 episodes.
You animal. Oh, that's kind of light.
Yeah, they're short. They're short shorts.
Those two, they sold partly based on the art. Unfortunate. Okay, you know what? It's 9:45. I'm taking off, gang. I was gonna show you.
Ooh, short one.
I was gonna show you. Well, it's it's. I've been on almost 4 hours.
Oh damn.
I know. I have new plants I want to show you guys, but not tonight. I'm too tired. So you just have to wait. If you want to see my new plants, I got some alocasia, I got some clocasia, I got some new suckies.
Suckies.
That's right. Man, you should see my suckies. They're beautiful. Anyway, I'm taking off. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Jess, Yoj, the rest of the crew. Nikki, thank you for the raid. Skullbash, thank you for joining our voice chat. Yeah, see you guys manana. Good night, everybody. Bye.